All right, Twitch chat. I think we might be back online. Let's see if this works. Hello, check, check. Everybody else say something.
Check, check, check.
Something.
Yeah, go to
All right.
Stupid.
Twitch
How's
chat,
it
tell
going?
us, can you hear everybody other than me? So I don't want to take over the.
boy.
Oh yes, Sarah says yes. We are good. Carrot Rope says yes.
Yeah.
Hoppity says, fine one.
Yes. All right.
Xanadu.
All right.
Xanadu.
I don't know what Xanadu has to do with anything, but Josh said it, so I'm down.
Stumpy says it's too late. All right, we are back. I'm not gonna do that whole intro again, so you're just gonna have to watch it on YouTube. So I'm gonna pass it off to MG. MG, you take it from here, my friend.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, where do we leave off? I think the whole party was dead, and we were ending the game. It's been a pleasure, everybody. It's been honest to goodness pleasure.
Hashtag lazy DM.
Railroading for the win.
You're all in a tavern, just talk, do whatever. Oh, all right. Let's see. I'm seeing if we are you guys seeing anything right now, or
White
Got
screen.
a white screen.
Yeah.
okay? That's what we like.
That's what you like?
Yeah, that's exactly what we're looking for. Okay.
Sarah says your pretty face.
No.
Ah,
I need to
No.
vogue a little bit.
Oh my God. Cool.
Interesting. What the heck is this thing doing? Oh, I know what I did wrong. Okay, we got this.
Keep in mind, everybody, MG is new at this. Be nice.
I've done this before.
He's done it before, it just might be a little new on the Roll20 side.
Here we go, everybody. Here we go. So, and so the story is told.
Oh, here we go.
Oh.
Hold on to your butts.
Hold on to your wig, Grandma. All right. So this story begins in the city of Watershallow. Lady Radnar, the mayor of the town, is holding a masquerade ball in honor of Nivras, a legendary noble about town. It's here at Nivras's underground manor. Guests of all kinds are attending, and they've assembled here in the Great Hall. And let's see if we can show you guys the Great Hall. Let's see if we can make this thing happen.
The Great Hall.
The Great Hall. It's not just good, it's great.
Really shiny.
Dr. Zeus says it's in a snowstorm.
Yeah, that's weird. The bouncing player flag has
Yeah.
moved.
I see
Oh,
a-
Michael, you may need to follow the
Yeah.
bouncing player flag.
Okay,
as a great DM once said.
I am going to do that. I'm going to follow. Oh, okay. So everybody should be able to see that on our wonderful chat.
Yes, Carrot Rope. Diggs is the master of the void. And the void is the master of Diggs. We're not sure which is which yet.
All right, so here we are. We're in the Great Hall. You know, as we look about this Great Hall, the Great Hall, it has tall ceilings and the walls are made of heavy stone bricks. A grand, sumptuous table runs along the center of the room, and the various guests mill about, as you can see here on the stream, including Nivras himself. He's a blue dragonborn. At the end of the room, on the far north, is an elevated stage, and beside it, a nook where a string quartet of Kenku, one on cello, 3 on violins, they all play some music. And I think we all probably need to hear some music.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah, so they all play some music, occasionally peppering in some drums, some harps, and some horns with their voices. Along the sides, various corridors, all guarded by the town watch, they disappear into other rooms. At this point in our story, a figure descends the stairs, casting a long shadow in the dim torchlight. Michael, why don't you tell us what everyone would see as Rex approaches security here?
Well, everyone sees a Kenku in race, strewn with dark black feathers, very kind of a pale yellow large beak, and around his head he has a bandana that is very elaborate red.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Stumpy, thanks for subscribing. Appreciate it, man. He has red, white, blue, and gold. And it looks like somebody took a flag and they cut it up and they made this bandana, and he has it tied back behind his head. He's wearing a matching overcoat that looks like the same colors of the flag. And it's emblazoned with this like bright yellow symbol of a lion on the side. His pants kind of resemble something a karate person would wear. They're kind of loose at the top and they get tighter at the bottom, and they tuck into these black feathered boots that he wears. And the pants also are red, white, blue, and gold in this elaborate. It all kind of matches. And he's holding on to a stick that has a little masquerade mask that he's holding in front of his face that looks like a cat as he approaches security.
Nice. And in this case, security appears to be a man. A man who's sort of mature age. He has a dark complexion, a pretty cool mustache, and a very no-nonsense demeanor about himself. And as he sees Rex here, he occupies the space in front of you, and he says, "Oh, hello there. Well, welcome to the ball. I imagine you're one of the guests."
Rex kind of looks at him, looks to the side just the slightest bit, goes, "Hi, my name is Rex." And then the sound of a board breaking and falling to the ground.
Yeah. He raises his eyebrows. Okay, Rex. Don't. Okay.
Okay.
Good.
Okay. That's pretty good.
I'm flattered. All right. So no weapons allowed here at the ball. Would you mind handing over any weapons that you have on your person over to my colleague here? And he points over toward a guard by his side who's wearing a sort of sallet helm with a visor, who appears to be ready to receive any weapons that you might be surrendering as you enter the ball here.
Rex looks towards the other person, and out of his mouth he's, "There are no weapons here," and picks his nunchucks out of his waist and sets them in the hand, and then out of his boots he pulls out these darts and sets them in the guard's hand.
The eyebrows get higher and higher as this armament gets produced from our guest.
He looks back at the main guard and says, "There are no weapons here."
Apparently there are now no weapons, and
And-
I'm gonna make
and
a
Re-
note here that
Rex holds out his hand and says, "Grab my arm."
he sort of hesitates, but then grabs your arm,
"The other arm."
grabs
"My other arm!"
hugging you.
"Okay, that's pretty good."
He looks a little bit disturbed, but he sort of nods and clears his throat. Enjoy the party. Enjoy the party.
As he's walking away, kind of like gives him a little bow, and then he says, "Bow to your sensei." "Bow to your sensei!"
he actually go ahead and make a persuasion roll.
Okay, will do.
Activity.
Oh, why can't I see my character? I'm seeing all the MG stuff. Oh, here we go. I got it.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. So you said a persuasion roll?
Yeah, if you don't mind a persuasion roll here.
Oh, this ought to go fantastically.
Accurate.
He pretends he didn't hear you say bow to your sensei, and he just sort of waves you along, you know?
Rex just shakes his head and says, "Okay, that's pretty good," and then just walks on.
Nice. And as Rex enters the room here with all the people milling about, is there anything in particular he would be doing as he goes to enter the ball?
He's just making sure that he keeps his mask on, as he feels that if he was invited to this shindig, he should come dressed in the appropriate attire. And his sport jacket is unbuttoned, and you can see like he's not wearing anything underneath on the top. It's just like a sport coat on top of his bare feathered chest. Yeah, that's all it is.
Pretty cool look. That's, roll up the sleeves a little bit. It's pretty, All right, and Rex left behind nunchucks and darts.
And 10 darts, yes.
10 darts, got it. Alrighty. So then at this point, Rex has joined the ball, and the guests sort of, they look a little bit, from where they're variously talking to each other, sort of getting ready to dance. At this point, then another figure comes down the stairs to join the event here. As this figure moves, casting her shadow, Christy, why don't you tell us what everyone sees as Chloe approaches security?
All right. Well, you see a pale half-elf as she approaches. She's wearing a very beautiful dark purple dress. She has very light blue shoulder-length hair with teal eyes. She has a beautifully carved, hand-carved lute off the back of her shoulder. She also has a small pouch off to her waist, kind of like matching with the fanciness of her dress. And she's also holding, similar to Rex, she's also holding a mask with a fairy dragon face with like butterfly wings that kind of extend out as she approaches security.
All right, and as this sort of sheriff-looking guy, as you approach, he sort of says, "Greetings, milady. You look stunning tonight. Do you have any weapons to turn over? This is a no weapons event."
Just one, and I'll reach down and I'll pull out a dagger from one of my boots underneath my dress and leave it on the table.
Sure.
And I kind of just like, my lute's fine, right? Like instruments are good.
It appears to be an instrument of creativity and peace. I can't imagine anyone hitting someone with a lute. It's too valuable. It'd be broken.
No,
right?
I would never.
Okay, then certainly go ahead and enjoy the party.
And I kind of just do like one of those like curtsy bows and stroll on in, really confident, head up, looking around.
And Rex, you would see this, this young woman sort of, confidently enter the party with this cool-looking lute. And now, is there anything Chloe would be doing as she joins the?
I think I'd probably make a beeline for the stage.
Beeline for the stage. Okay, yeah, that is. Let me make sure. Let's see. You left behind a dagger?
Yep.
Cool. And so you're there. And yeah, as you approach the stage, it's interesting. Up here, stage, there appear to be two guards guarding some kind of like something that has a thick red velvet cloth draped over it, and they seem to be taking their job very seriously up there, but there is a bit of room on the stage as well.
I'm gonna ask if I can join the performers on top.
Who are you asking?
I guess the guard, because I'm assuming he's like kind of guarding the stairs to get up onto the stage.
Sure, yeah, and the guard, the guard sort of shrugs. He doesn't seem to mind at all.
Great. And I'm gonna get up on top of the stage and kind of like, instead of pulling out my lute, since the music's already playing, I'm gonna pull out a smoking pipe. And with the tune of the music, I'm gonna start blowing like a beautiful scene with dragons circulating around the room.
Interesting. And as you do that, the playing the music, they see this happening, and they sort of let out this sound. They each let out the sound of like a crowd seeing fireworks going like, whoa. It's like a kind of a cool effect, as from these four figures, the sound of, like almost like 100 people. It's as they mimic, this thing that they've heard before.
Rex is just kind of watching this, and kind of under his breath, just a little bit, he's just like, okay, that's pretty good.
All right. At this point, yet another guest joins the fray. Another figure makes their way down the stairs. And Pyre, could you tell us about what Zykus looks like as Zykus joins us?
He has yellowish skin. He wears brown leathers with a kind of like a cloak shoulder that's kind of like a greenish, dark green. He has 3 braids that go back his head all the way down to about his shoulders. He carries 2 short swords at his waist, and a longbow and a quiver on his back. He also has pointed ears, kind of jagged, not like elf's typical ears, but kind of like 2 different points on it.
All right. And as the 2 guards on security see you, they almost do a double take. It seems like they've never seen anyone quite like you before, and their demeanor shifts a little bit. They become a little more tense, but they do sort of greet you. The main one there. He's, hello there, sir.
Hi.
Are you here for the ball?
Yeah, Captain told me to show up here for some reason. I'm not sure why, but yep.
Oh, of course. I see you have some weapons. Would you mind handing those over? This is a no weapons event.
No, of course not. I get them back, right?
Oh, of course. We will keep them safe. And the guard over there gestures toward, for those of you that can see it over here, there is like a set of sort of crates where they seem to be keeping these, and it is watched very closely by the guard, that they do seem to be respecting people's property.
Okay. Well, I'll take off all my weapons, hand them to him.
All right. That was what, two short swords and a longbow?
Yep, and 20 arrows.
And 20
Oh my
arrows. At this point, that main, the main guy there, the gentleman with the mustache, he sort of gives you another once over. He's like, standard procedure. Would you mind a little pat down?
Sure, I don't care.
All right. Then the guard. Then he sort of steps out of the way, and the guard comes and he does sort of give you a bit of a pat down. Is there anything that he would find if he was hitting you gently about the torso, or?
Other than a little small necklace around my neck, no.
Okay, and at that point he thanks you. Thank you, sir. Sorry for the inconvenience. Just we're always trying to be safe for the guests here.
Of course, I understand.
And their gazes linger on you as you go in. You get the sense that these guys have not seen anyone quite like you before, and they're being a little more cautious than usual. But at this point, you are able to join the ball. Is there anything in particular that you'd be doing?
Looking for rum.
Looking for rum.
Yes.
There's a gentleman up here, big guy. He's tall. He's got a lot of muscle and meat to him, and he's carrying a tray right now that does have some bottles on it.
I'll walk up to him. You got any rum, by any chance?
Wow, of course I do. He says he has a bit of a drawl to him. He's from some town nearby. Definitely not Water Shallow itself, but. And he sort of, there are some little glasses on the tray, and he takes one of the bottles and pours it, and it's in this case it's a dark spiced rum that comes out, and he fills up the glass a little bit, and it seems like he doesn't have much of a sense of mixers, or it is pretty much.
Pick up a glass. You got a bigger cup?
Well, we've got a tough guy here. I like it. He takes a wine glass and just sort of kind of dumps it in and fills it up pretty much all the way for you.
Right. I'd shoot the other glass that he handed me and take the wine glass. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Then I'm just gonna walk around, mingle, I guess.
Gotcha. All right, so that was our third guest joining. At this point, we have yet another figure, sort of very fluid, serpentine motion entering. As Matt, can you tell us a little bit about what people see as Teoshi approaches security?
as Tayoshi starts to enter, a very Litzfelt-looking male individual, long, dark black hair pulled back in a ponytail, solid black, very expensive-looking pants, a shirt on top that is gold and red, with a strange-looking gray robe draped over. And upon closer look, slight speckles of something on the neck. And upon closer observation of the eyes, bright yellow eyes with a vertical iris.
That Orochimaru vibe.
Very much so.
And yeah, as that sheriff and his guard, as they see you approach, there's a similar reaction as when Zykus came in. That they, at first they see your figure, expensive hands, this guy looks, but then, they definitely become a little more cautious and, oh, hello there, sir, you here for the ball?
But of course, dear sir, I hear it is quite the event this evening.
Oh, it's splendid. All kinds of people here. It's gonna be a wonderful night. Do you happen to have any weapons on you? We are collecting weapons at the door here, trying to keep this as safe as possible for everyone involved.
Oh, but of course, I only carry a few small items on me. I have here my hand crossbow and where are those daggers? Oh yes, here you go. 2 small daggers.
Okay, thank you. And standard procedure, we are doing some pat downs. You wouldn't be offended if we did a quick check, would you, sir?
Oh, not at all. Actually, if I can ask a favor, if you're collecting weapons, can I leave you my bag as well and take off the Dungeoneer's pack? He's sort of keeps on one shoulder.
Oh, of course, it would be our honor to watch that for you. We'll keep it safe.
Thank you.
And, again, you get the quick pat down. Anything that we need to be concerned about here?
They probably find a small pouch inside one of his pockets upon opening it. Looks to be dried herbs and...
You're not here doing
depending on how...
Is here, sir, are you?
Oh, not at all. It is tea. Many things upset my throat, so I keep a bundle of herbs and other ingredients to mix in hot water if needed.
Of course. Oh, sure. Thank you, sir. Go ahead and move along.
Thank you.
And as Tayoshi joins the ball here, anything in particular that he would be doing?
Probably very similar to Zykus, heading up towards where it seems to be the libations are being served and seeking a fine wine.
Absolutely, and again that sort of that strong gentleman. He sees you looking for him, and he comes up says, "Don't worry, Tennessee's got you." And he definitely pours you a nice glass of wine there.
Thank you.
At this point, the party's really starting to kick up. We've got the room filling up, and it's here that there's maybe a smaller figure that is joining us, that's coming down the stairs. JJ, do we have you?
Certainly do.
Okay. Could you tell us a little bit about as Diggs comes down?
All right. So you see this tiny little pale creature with the mask of an animal that's mostly unknown to a lot of the folk at the ball here. He's wearing this buttoned up white kind of safari top with these khaki shorts on, big boots, and he's got this nice little Akubra hat, which for non-Australians is, like a farmer's hat, essentially. And he just has his thumbs in the front of his khaki shorts, and he kind of strolls in like he's a cowboy or something.
And now he's what does he, in terms of his physical appearance?
He's wearing a mask of a wombat mask.
A wombat.
Hitting all the stereotypes.
Nice.
G'day,
And is
mate.
he alone?
On his shoulder sits a little kind of bird-like creature, fluffy. It's a kookaburra.
Okay. And as this gentleman approaches security, you know, there's a bit of a double take. They see the shorts. They're not accustomed to seeing shorts at events of this caliber. They stare at your legs a little bit.
Oh yeah, mate, don't do that. My knees are kind of a bit of a sensitive issue, so eyes up here, thanks.
And you know, they do follow your suggestion as the man that's in charge. He says, hello there, sir. Are you here for the ball?
No, sir. Just call me Diggs McCoy, and this little fella here, he's Alistair Oswald the Fourth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Diggs McCoy, is it?
Yeah, Diggs McCoy. Yep.
Well, you're on the guest list, so it's the name sort of jumps out at you, doesn't it? Huh? So it's good to have your.
Oh,
Sir,
no,
do you have any weapons on you?
Oh, hang on. Let me adjust. He's digging through his massive pockets in his khaki shorts. Look, I got these sticks here, but it's like a game. It's a game that me and me kookaburra play. I throw this, and it kind of comes back, and it go, yeah, we'll go get it.
It comes back? He's sort of like really curious at what you're showing him.
Oh yeah, I'm from a place called Outback, and sorry, I lost it there. Yeah, and it's a kind of like a native game we play out there. I mean, it's just vast desert wastelands. There's not much to do.
Sounds like an exotic and wonderful place. It's an honor to have a guest of your stature here.
Oh yeah, I was expecting it to be a little bit warmer. That's why I brought the shorts, but
It may get a little warm in here as the dancing starts, so you know perhaps you've made a prudent choice.
Oh, struth, mate. All right.
And they're definitely they're like loving this thing that you handed over, this weapon, and they're like staring at it, and like the one guy's sort of testing its weight. Then they do respectfully go and put it away for you.
Oh yeah, I got 4 more.
Yeah, you're quite equipped there, aren't you, sir?
I mean, it's a game. Me and Alistair like to play it. Or if you just pop outside, I could show you how it's done.
Maybe we should do that a little later. I think that sounds great. Oh wow!
Hold on to one and come find me later. Yeah.
Absolutely, we will do that. And they're excited. They're like the one guard is like playing with it and stuff. So they're and now as Diggs comes into the party, is there anything in particular he'd be doing?
Yeah, he's gonna whip into his other khaki pocket and pull out a stubby holder, which for those who don't know, a stubby holder is like a comfortable little thing that you can rest your glass bottle in, so it doesn't make your hand cold.
Oh, koozie!
I love those things.
So he pulls out a stubby holder and goes and finds the nearest bar area stool and just leans his elbow on it and waits for someone to equip him with a brew.
And definitely this gentleman who seems to have, as you're all hearing him talk, he's mentioned this earlier, seems to be named Tennessee. He's definitely there to help. In terms of getting,
you got to Foster's, mate.
Foster's. What's a Foster's?
It's pissed, grog.
His mouth moves, no words come out as he's trying to process what he's hearing.
Nothing. Goon? Any goon?
Any Dune?
Goon? No goon.
Goon? Like a troublesome fellow, a bandit?
No, it's like it's wine in a box.
The eyes narrow. Yeah. Could I just get you some wine there?
Nah, I only drink it from a box. How about a tinny?
We could find a box and put the wine in the box. That would suit your tastes, sir.
Yeah, I mean, whatever you want to do.
And he disappears kind of into the back to go apparently try to figure something out to accommodate you.
I start scratching Alistair under the chin.
Finally,
He starts laughing.
Finally, our last guest here arrives. Perhaps with heavy steps. Strong person here. Zas, you want to tell us about? I think your camera's frozen. Zas, you want to tell us about
Yes.
Nia?
Hello. Yes. So, in walks this woman. She is 6'8", 220 pounds of just pure muscle. She is a barbarian. She's got a great axe on her back, and a bear claw on a leather rope hangs from her neck from her first kill. She walks in just sure-footed, strong. She seems kind of like not scary, but gruff. Maybe a Joker. You can't really tell. She's got that mask, you know. But yeah, long black hair. Half of it is up in a bun. The other half goes down towards her middle back. Her skin is pale and looks almost gray in certain lighting, just because she's like different. And she's a human though. So, and yeah, that's her physical description by me.
Fair enough. And as she approaches security, you know, the gentleman that's been sort of running things, he definitely, like, you know, the eyes go up as he sort of mumbles to the guard, "That's a lot of woman over there." And he says, "Oh, hello there, milady. Welcome to the ball." He's almost a little intimidated. You can tell this is a tough guy. He's used to being maybe one of the more physical presences in the room, and he's a little bit.
Are you scared?
Well, I'm not afraid of anything.
You should be.
Oh, okay. Are you here for the ball, or are you here to, you know?
So what?
No, are you
To murder, pillage.
Is that what you're here for?
No.
Oh.
I just want to go join my friends over there at the ball, drinking.
Oh, well, yeah, if you'd like to join, there is a no weapons policy. If you wouldn't mind handing over any weapons on your person there.
I'll take off my great axe and I'll just slam it on the table. I want to make it like just stay in the table, like sticking up.
Okay, yeah, the metal like cleaves right into the wood. It goes like pretty deep into it. And in fact, the guard goes to try to pick it up, and he kind of can't get it out of the table. He's like straining a little bit. He's like trying to pull Excalibur out of the stone. He's like,
Now, I think as far as you're concerned, that's the only weapon that I have.
of course, milady. Enjoy yourself.
Thank you. Thank you. I will. You too. Have a good time. I'll clap him on the back, like, really hard.
He sort of like catches his breath, like rushes out of his lungs. He's like, and then he goes and mumbles to the guard, "I think I'm in love." Now, as Nia joins the party, as Nia joins the the event that's going on here, anything in particular she'd be doing?
I'll just I'll kind of like see if I can just grab like any kind of liquor. It doesn't matter from like a waiter walking by, like a glass of wine or like and then just go and sit and watch near the stage where Chloe is doing her dragon smoke show. Just keep an eye on all of my friends around the room, what they're doing, making sure that no one's causing problems with them. And just sit quietly by my lonesome.
Absolutely, and yeah, the Chloe's show up there is impressive. It seemed to have definitely captured the attention of everyone there. That before, where there were a lot of little conversations going on, there's definitely a little bit of people's eyes are in her direction up on the stage. And there's a dwarf, a sort of dwarf with like a bushy red beard that does hook you up with some libations. So at this point, I believe we have the party is looking pretty full at this point. There don't seem to be any more people rolling in. It's it's definitely a bit of a crowd. Everyone's milling about, enjoying the show. Is there anything in particular that you guys would be doing as you sort of look out at these various noble folk, at each other?
Tyoshi would sort of be focusing on this individual and the strange little creature hanging out on his shoulder.
Ah.
Rex is kind of walking around with a martini glass in his hand. And it has like the two little olives inside. And he's like looking down at the olives, like looking down to the side. And he's trying to like peck the olives out of the drink. And his beak is too big. And he just like keeps on like trying to peck them out. And he just like continues to just walk by all the guests like doing this.
The band sees across the room and they nod, commiserating with your situation. Teoshi, as you're kind of eyeing this fellow here, this guy, he sees you looking at him, and he sort of, he actually, let's see, you're over there. He does kind of step a little closer, and there's a woman with him as well that joins him. And this guy, he's a half elf, very handsome, very well dressed. Despite the no weapon rule, he seems to have like a jeweled dagger at his side. It's interesting that they seem to either they've let him in or he snuck it in or something, but this guy is armed. And as he sees you looking, he sort of reaches out his hand and says, "Hi there, I don't think we've met before."
No, I do not believe we have. You have a fascinating creature with you, but I am Teoshi, and you are?
Teoshi, my name is Zorkin. It's a pleasure to meet you. And he points at the woman who's with him. She's a pretty tough-looking woman in armor. He says, "This is my bodyguard, Chella."
Oh, well, bodyguard. Certainly I am of no risk to you.
Of course. She's just here to enjoy, we're together. Zorkin and Chella, yeah.
Oh, what brings you to this fine event?
I'm part of the people that like to see and be seen around the town here, and I wouldn't want to miss this event for the world. How about yourself?
Much the same. It is not often I get to come out and hobnob with others of my station, so...
Absolutely. And he kind of points over at this, the Kenku with the martini glasses. Do you know that fellow over there?
I am quite sure that I do not. It's most amusing to see him attempting to partake of that beverage, though.
Rex,
I wonder if we can help?
Rex approaches both of you, and he's sitting there. He's holding this martini glass. The other hand is holding his little cat mask on his face, and he says, "I need a volunteer."
Oh no.
Well, I am certain Keller would be most interested in helping you. Don't you think so, sir?
Chella looks really uncomfortable as you say that. She sort of...
and Rex holds out his martini glass.
She looks over at Zorkin and says, "Really? Really?" He kind of shrugs, and she reaches over with two fingers into your martini glass and pulls out one of the olives and sort of like holds it out as far from her body as she can.
Rex looks to the side and then just quickly like plucks the olive and just eats it up.
The hand definitely flies away.
And then opens his mouth and goes, "Really?" And then says, "There are no weapons here." And then he walks away and he goes and finds another martini glass.
So she just sort of looks over at Zorkin. Well, that was certainly odd.
Odd it was. Odd it was. And as this is going on, meanwhile, what's Zykus up to?
He just went over and found some random people sitting and started telling a grand story of how him and his ship fought off a kraken one time and survived to tell the tale.
Wow, that's pretty awesome. And let's see here. Oh yeah, and you're over here. So this would be it's a gentleman with sort of really black, slicked back hair, and then a more mature-looking woman who carries an air of authority about her. And they're definitely they're interested. They're like, oh, that's they're liking it. And across the table, this blue dragonborn who seems to be this Nivras, the source of the end. He's blown away. He's like, wow, that's amazing. I'm truly impressed. I'm truly humbled. I could never do something like that.
Yeah, my ship is pretty well trained. We're quite capable sailors. We fight off pirates all the time.
Pirates?
Yeah.
Real pirates?
Mm-hmm.
That's astounding. Wow, it's an honor to have you here at my event. Wow, I'm lucky. We don't even have to worry about send the guards home. Ho, ho, ho.
Yeah, that is true. Too bad the guards took away my weapons, but
yeah, it's we're trying to keep things safe here. No fights breaking out, People have a couple drinks in them and they just want to get rowdy.
Well, my experience, people start drinking, you don't necessarily need weapons to get into a fight, but
Well, I'm hiding behind you if things go down, so glad to have you here.
Oh, all right. Good to know.
As all these conversations are going on, what's Diggs up to?
Diggs is just looking really uncomfortable, making sure like no one is looking at his knees. And he's like trying to catch the attention of I don't know, the closest. Who's that little chap in the BDSM getup? Little leather chap.
Oh, it appears to be there's a halfling over here. I think we'll shift click over there. Halfling, a really tough looking halfling. This guy is his small body is just covered in corded muscles. He's wearing like kind of a spiked bandolier. That's like pretty much all he's wearing, like a loincloth. This guy is he's showing off those muscles. He's definitely, and on his bicep he has a tattoo of a skull. This is probably one of the toughest looking halflings you've ever seen. He's got like a scar going down his eye. He sees you sizing him up and he's sort of watching you like, is this guy getting in trouble?
Yeah, mate, over here.
He pushes away. As he's moving toward you, he does seem to be watching the blue dragonborn his eye a bit, like he's sort of keeping an eye on him. He says, yeah, what can I help you with?
Look, do you know where the dunny is?
Dunny?
Yeah, the dunny. I thought it was a phrase that everyone knew. Like the toilet?
That.
Well, I think people have tended to go, actually, there's no bathroom here. He sort of gestures off toward there is in that room where all of the over here where all the crates are, there is a bit of a chamber pot. And he sort of, he guides you over and kind of points and says, duck around the corner and sorry the accommodations aren't better.
Nah, sweet mate. Like out back, we just dig a hole, just go there. So this is royalty here.
Glad we can accommodate. Dig a hole, huh? I mean, I've done that. I've been out there in the field, but yeah, here we try to keep it up a level.
So what's up with the zoot suit?
He gestures down at his spiked bandolier. He says, I like to show off the muscles a little bit.
Well, yeah, well, you're certainly showing them off. Got someone to
He
prove?
ripples his pecs like one dances after the other.
You're like a peacock.
I am. I like to let everyone know who's the toughest guy in the room.
All right, chill out, you flaming galah. I'm gonna head to the dunny. I'll. Do you want to grab me a stubby while I'm in there, though? Yeah, stubby. Glass bottle, piss, booze.
Oh, booze! Yeah, I can. Yeah, I'd be happy to get you some booze. And enjoy your trip to the Downey. He says
Sweet,
in a
mate.
terrible accent there.
Well, I'm not here to root spiders, so if I go to the dunny.
As Diggs talks to our pretty tough-looking halfling here, what's Chloe up to?
Chloe's just been doing her performance, but also keeping an eye on all of mostly the men in the room. Just keeping an eye on them, seeing who's getting more drunk than others, who has anything shiny, and she definitely wants to check out the Blue Dragonborn, seeing what he's up to as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this Blue Dragonborn, he seems to be listening pretty intently to Zychus' stories. This, this strange, yellow guy with the cool ears that's, telling all these tales of his time at sea. And, the Blue Dragonborn, Nivras, he's loving the stories. He's impressed. He's, really engaged with it as you watch him.
And you said he's, pretty high up, like a noble, right?
He seems to be the center of this event. Where he falls in a noble hierarchy, more or less, it's to be seen. But definitely this event seems to be centered around him.
All right. Aside from him, do any of them seem more high class or more wealthy than the others?
The most high class guy is also one of the ones who's listening to Zychus. It's this guy that I've shift clicked with the slicked back hair. He seems to be carrying himself with a lot of pomp. He's spent a lot of time. He's not just slicked back his hair; he's also slicked back his eyebrows, and you can see he's waiting to just get in there and brag alongside of Zychus' stories. He's just he keeps trying to be but then everybody ignores him as they're really loving hearing about the Kraken.
All right, I'm gonna keep my eye on him. I'm gonna keep performing, but I'm just gonna keep my eye and ear multitasking.
Got it. And he is around his belt. He has a pouch full of that's jingling with coins as he moves. That you can tell he's trying to show it off. Look what I've got.
Can I try to get his eye and send him a little wink?
Yeah. There's a moment where again he can't get into the conversation. Everyone's way more interested in what Zychus is saying, and he sort of looks around the room and does.
I'll kind of blow one of the dragons to slide around him to get his attention.
He points me, looks behind himself. He's me. And he kind of pushes away from the table and kind of moves up toward the stage. And I guess he moves right there beside Nia as well, who seems to be up there near the stage. And he's dwarfed by her. This guy's.
I move my eyes away from him, pretending that I don't even see him.
He deflates a little, and as he deflates, he's even shorter than Nia. He probably stands a good 2 feet below her as he's sort of standing there trying to see why isn't she looking at me anymore?
Yeah, and I'll kind of play the hard to get thing, give him a look every few minutes, but then pretend I don't see him again and kind of play that little game.
True. And he looks up at Nia beside him and he points over at you on the stage and says, "Who's that?"
None of your business. Give him a little push. Push for my face.
The face drops.
Oh.
Oh. None of my business.
Oh wait.
Is that her name? Nunya?
Yeah.
Nunya.
Nunya.
Uh-oh.
No, her name's Chloe. What? Who have you ever met named Nunya?
I don't know, all kinds of people in this world, right?
I mean, my name's Nia, so maybe Nunya is a distant relative? I don't know.
None of your business, mate.
None of your business, mate. What the guy in the bathroom said.
Is Diggs shouting this while he's using the chamber pot?
Absolutely.
At this point,
Rex walks up with a whole tray of like fruits and vegetables and olives and different things mixed on the tray that he's kind of like pecking at. That he had nobody has any idea where he found it. And he's hearing this conversation, and he looks at the guy that they're talking to, and he opens his mouth and is like, "You're like a peacock." And then he goes
off in the corner of the room. Tennessee goes, "Where'd my tray go?"
I want to take the bikinis off the tray, just 2 in one hand, and just take them like a shot.
At this point, in all of the happenings that are going on, there's kind of sort of like a clink, 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 as this woman here, the very, a more mature woman with an air of authority about her, she seems to be like tapping her silverware on a glass to get everyone's attention.
Alright, after I've emptied the main vein, I'm going to take a moment, use the head of disguise to make myself look like the halfling gentleman I met before in the really nice clothes.
Okay.
Just come out with Alistair Oswald IV on my shoulder.
And as you do, like definitely the guards in front, they see him, but then they look over and see him there, and they're kind of like, They're definitely a little confused. And I mean, as this lady sort of, she excuse me, could everyone take a seat, please?
I'll stop my performance.
Rex starts
And I
looking
will-
around for a chair.
Yeah, and there do seem to be chairs all arrayed up along the table.
I'm just gonna sit on the edge of the stage.
Okay, legs dangling off the...
Yep.
I'll
Sounds
sit
good.
directly opposite the halfling.
He's staring at you like...
Stop flexing my pecs at him.
He's completely speechless, just kind of pointing like... And he actually he wonders if it's a mirror, like he goes and like puts his hand like this to wave it to see if the mirror image responds.
I try to follow as best I can.
Fascinating! He's blown away, mind blown. And meanwhile, everyone here is sort of taking their spots at the table. The dwarf and that big human that's been, serving drinks, they kind of go off toward the kitchen and disappear. As people are assembling at the table, and the woman here who's been trying to get everybody, she's sort of like looking around at anyone that's not yet at the table yet, and sort of trying to get their attention.
I am gonna just lean against the stage next to Chloe, all cool and casual.
I'll kind of put my arm on her shoulder.
Nivras smells a little bit.
I probably have to like reach up, even sitting on the stage.
I'll lower myself. I'll hunch down a little bit.
For a brief moment, this woman looks like she's about to ask you two to sit at the table, and then she gets kind of one look at Nia and just sort of gives up. It seems like she doesn't want to mess with that.
That's right.
At this point, then, she sort of speaks up over everyone else. She says, excuse me, everyone. Today, we are here to honor one among us who needs no introduction, but I'll introduce him anyway. And she gestures across the table at this, dragonborn, this blue dragonborn that seems like the center of attention. And she says, I'll introduce him anyway. Nivras, the Duke of the Desert Distant. For your tireless service to the city of Watershallow, we extend our gratitude. And we would like to present you with a gift. At this point, she moves up toward the stage, passing very carefully by Nia. Seems like she thinks like she's going to get tripped or something at any point. And at this
I just look up at her.
She pulls away the thing. She pulls away that canvas. The velvet cloth with a with a flourish and reveals this beautiful, beautiful blue gem. It's cut very particularly. It sort of glistens in the torchlight in the room. She's and it's sort of visible to everyone, and she gives everyone a moment to look at it. And there are gasps that come from the other people in the audience there. Chloe, you have like a front row seat to this thing, and it looks expensive. This thing looks like it's worth unbelievable amounts of gold. She pulls it aside, and she looks at all of you, and she says, "Behold, the beholder's eye." At this point, Nivras sort of pipes up. He pipes up and he says, "Now let's be clear here. Despite its name, this is just a gem. I don't think any of us have ever actually seen a beholder or plucked its eye out or anything like that."
I look around for Sarvin.
And at this point, then, there's a shake. The whole building, this whole room, JJ, the whole building trembles, it lurches, and little bits of mortar sort of like fall down from the ceiling onto the table as just this whole place lurches. And there's like a crumbling as you see over near the entrance, the ceiling just completely collapses, blocking off this room with rubble, just a giant pile of rubble.
Struth. What was that?
I don't know. I'm gonna pull out one of my hand axes.
And definitely the guard across the table, he sees it, and for a moment it's like he's gonna speak up, but then there's just this respect, this, "I think I'm in love."
Hey, Christy and JJ, can you try to reconnect to get your videos to pop up?
Yep.
Gotcha.
And stuff, good.
Rex is kind of looking around. He's still got this big tray of fruit and various things. Some of them fell onto the floor during this commotion. And in the midst of it, he kind of reached towards Diggs and held out his hand and was like, "Grab my arm."
Yeah, you're a bit ochre, aren't you, mate?
You're like a peacock.
Don't worry, I don't expect you to know what it means.
Really? You're like a peacock.
Thank you. Flex my pecs at him.
Halfling says, "Hey, that's my role."
He looks at the halfling, then looks back at you. "Hey, that's my role. You learn to discipline your image. No more flying solo."
Can I do an Arcana check on this beholder's eye?
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll Arcana.
Okay.
Mixed signals. It's extraordinary for a gem to be this big and beautiful. It seems something like this either took extraordinary craftsmanship, or there's maybe there's something about it, but it's really hard to pin down just looking at it in this glass case that it's in.
I'll roll a nature check to see if it's dead.
A what check?
Can I roll a nature check to see if it's like dead? Is that a nature thing?
If it's dead?
Yeah, because I don't know. Maybe it's like a worm. You cut it off and it grows.
Go ahead and do a nature check, Mia.
I don't know.
It's alive! It's alive!
Yeah, whatever you thought is 100% true.
I start pulling Chloe. I'm like, "Girl, we gotta go. We gotta go."
Why? What's going on?
Why is the room shaking? Why is that thing alive? I don't know.
It's alive?
I think so. Girl, look at it. Like, it made the room shake when it was revealed.
Did someone slip something in your drink before?
Right? Or am I crazy in there and I just, like, misheard something when it was being narrated?
And as this conversation goes on, the room plunges into darkness.
Oh, you did not.
It's almost as if a gnome cast darkness on everybody or something. Plunges into complete darkness. You can't even see the food or the drink in front of you.
How long have we heard people talking so far? Like, would I have heard people talking for more than a minute or two?
Oh, absolutely. You've been here for a while. You've heard all kinds of. Most of the people here, you've heard them for a good probably half hour or something at this point.
Tayoshi is going to call out in Nivras' voice. Get your hands off me! Get away from there!
Actor. Advanced
the actor feat to
can
mimic
mimic the
someone's
speech of another person or sounds made by other creatures have heard them for 1 minute. So in the perfect voice of Nivras, from where Tayoshi is, it is, those exact words come out. And at that moment, anyone who's near the table actually feels the table shake as the halfling like leaps on the table toward Nivras to almost like Secret Service him, to like dive on him and try to protect him from whatever is going on.
Perhaps,
and at that point,
perhaps Kella could be of assistance.
And in the darkness, you hear Chella's voice say, "What, me?"
That was Tayashi's voice.
And again, a perfect mimicry, almost too good, almost mechanical. But she says, "Me," and anyone next to Zorkin. Yeah, Tayoshi is next to Zorkin. Zorkin's sort of like he's like moving about as he's trying to understand what's going on. At that point, then the darkness dissipates. You are back in the you're sort of back at the table here, and everything back to normal, but not.
The gem's gone. Because Chloe was still staring at it.
Yeah, where Chloe was staring with avarice, the gem is gone, completely gone. The glass case even is gone.
It
You
was
see?
alive.
It was alive, it grew legs, and it ran away.
Can I do a quick perception check to see if anyone's missing?
Absolutely. Go ahead, roll perception.
I will join her.
Can any of us get in on that?
Yeah, anyone that's like sort of trying to make sense of what's going on.
I don't know.
What check was that again?
Perception.
My
Gotcha.
eyes see all.
Perception check.
What?
All right, so I think Chloe, you're probably having trouble, like still processing that the memory of this.
It was so shiny.
And Rex, that tray of vegetables just looks so good. It's just hard to look away from it, man.
As Rex is like continuing to eat, he continues to eat. That's it.
The rest of you notice that all of the guards are gone.
What?
This is probably more of a mechanics question, including Mustachio down here.
He's still here.
Okay.
And he's looking. You can tell he's noticed the same thing. He's like looking around, and he sees the rubble, and he's almost like jumping about, trying peeking into the rooms, trying to see where the guards went.
Can I go over to where the item was and do an investigation check to see if I see any signs of dragging
Totally.
or hair or anything?
Yeah, could you do an investigation check?
Yes.
Well, seems like the guards are going walkabouts, so
Wow.
Wait.
That investigation check, yeah. So some things stand out. One that it seems like the item has not been here very long. In that, like, if you look at like the way the dust is disturbed, it's not like this has been sitting here for months collecting dust. Like this came here very recently. The other thing that jumps out at you is there is really not much in the way of like footsteps in like the dust or anything. Like it's almost alarming the lack of evidence that's going on. It seems like something really sketchy has occurred.
Something's not right. What the heck just happened?
I propose we do something to figure this out. I need everyone to take their left shoe off, fill it with alcohol, and drink it.
Nia
I
will
am not
slowly
doing
start
that.
to remove her shoe.
We call that a shoey out back.
Absolutely not. That is not what I'm doing.
Well,
Tennessee
you're missing
Dutch
out on the
says, I approve.
You're missing
I
out
have
on
my
the shoey. All right.
Why is this strange halfling telling me to drink from a shoe?
Oh, because you might be able to put the beholder's eye in your shoe.
All right.
So,
I've had enough of this.
you know.
Everyone, want to go to the right side of the room for me, please?
People are looking around at each other.
Back up, back
Ooh.
up.
Rex
Hiroshi has just walked up to
will.
the guard to see what ideas he's got.
Rex kind of stumbles forward, just kind of slowly walking, holding his tray as he's pecking at the food.
Can I
The
reinforce?
The gem's gone.
Sorry.
It was so shiny. In Chloe's voice.
I glare at him and I reach into my bag and I pull out like these 3 fuzzy little balls in my hand and I throw them at the ground. Let's see what happens.
He looks down.
1, 2, 3. So that is a weasel, a dire wolf, and a boar that come out of nowhere. And they all just appear at the edge of the stage over on the right side so they don't appear in anyone's space.
Rex kind of
Come on,
steps.
mate.
Rex steps back a little bit, opens his mouth. You're like a peacock.
Does everyone in the room see this happening?
Oh yeah. She's not hiding it. She's just throwing 3 little fuzzy balls down that turn into animals when they hit the ground.
Standing beside the guard here, she will turn over and look at him. I apologize for this, dear sir, but it appears there's going to be a situation. Reaches up onto the shoulder, rip, flings a small rectangular disc with an image of 2 large black dogs on it. And as the patch hits the ground, 2 mastiffs appear.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah!
Chloe approves.
The sheriff is blown away by the sheer volume of animals that have suddenly in this room. Is this a party that pets are invited to? A dog-friendly event. This guy over here says, "I do say, who's bringing animals into this place?"
Well, I brought me kookaburra in, so I guess it's allowed.
Kookaburra. Brought me kookaburra.
Yeah, me kookaburra. Yep.
Kookaburra.
I'm gonna get my direwolf and my weasel to do perception checks with their keen hearing and smell to see if they can find any like hidden areas that we haven't seen before, like a hidden door. See if they can smell around this area and see if they can pick up a scent.
Sure, I guess if they do investigation checks. We have the MX lip. Oh, hi.
And can I have? Are these doors on either side of the room?
Like, are we
Like
talking
over
about
here?
like here? And those are actually just corridors that were previously blocked by spear-wielding guards, but now they are wide open.
And same with the one right behind Hiyoshi.
Yes, absolutely. But these are 2 different corridors that are sort of separated here. In fact, yeah, we can probably reveal a little there. Yeah, these are corridors that seem to lead deeper into the manor.
21 for the direwolf.
21 for the direwolf. Wow. There are a lot of mixed signals going around. There's been a lot of people milling about, spilling food. It's hard, but the direwolf is definitely doing well. What's interesting is it doesn't seem to be picking up that, for example, it's not like, oh, there's a clear trail going into this room or something. It's almost alarming that something like this could have disappeared with so little detail available.
Does he seem to just be mulling around the same area of the gem, or does he seem to be moving around the room at all?
I think he's picking up just such noise of movement without a clear path of like someone bringing something somewhere.
Okay.
Zykus, you feel really uneasy right now. There's definitely something, there's a hunch that's bothering you.
I would like to try my detect portal.
Detect portal?
It's one of the class things.
Nice.
At 3rd level, you gain the ability to magically sense the presence of a planar portal. Planar portal. Well, as an action, you detect the distance and direction to the closest planar portal within 1 mile of you.
Damn.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, I know what you are.
Let's hope this is an extraplanar entity.
I would say that, Zykus, there is a planar portal. Let's see, whereabouts are you right now? You're right there. Maybe about 40, 50 feet to your northwest. There's like a clear signature of one. You can kind of like, you can feel roughly where it is.
I'm gonna talk to the guard. I would like to get my weapons back now.
Yep.
And, he looks a little uncomfortable. He sort of wrinkles his mustache. Like, are you all sure this is the time for that? I mean, we've just had a robbery here. I think maybe I should investigate everyone here, or he's looking nervous and confused. Like he's lost all of his men, and he's.
It's a big gem. Do you think any of us are hiding it in our person?
He looks at Diggs. Maybe.
Yeah, nah, mate. I want me boomerangs back so I can play with me kookaburra.
She's just going to reach up and sort of put a hand on the cheek of the guard. But I am certain we can work this out, and retrieving our supplies would be of assistance to us.
You're casting suggestions. These are not the droids you're looking for.
Basically.
I would like to help him if possible.
Mm-hmm.
As
And
Rex,
what are you doing?
as Rex walks up, he opens his mouth and says, "Be prepared to defend yourself with the strength of a grizzly, the reflexes of a puma, and the wisdom of a man."
The combination, yeah, this one is there's a wisdom saving throw here, I guess.
Yep.
I guess this guy probably has disadvantage because of Rex's rousing speech incites in any man of the people who guards the citizenry. The idea of citizens who care about their community and want to have the wisdom of man, that's inspiring. So we'll say that he's got disadvantage here. Yeah, he rolls a 7. Is that below your?
That's below it.
And there's a moment where he sort of shakes his head. And he's like, "Yeah, I need all the help I can get here. You all look like you're capable. Let's do this. Let's do this." And he goes and he opens the crate where all of your weapons would be.
I will
So this way, unless anyone's doing anything funny, I think we could safely assume that you all get your own weapons, unless there's shady business going on.
Yep.
Toshi's going to leave his hand crossbow because and just take the 2 daggers and slip them back in.
And Chloe pulls out a rapier from behind her back that was hidden behind her loot.
Nice.
That's what he's like.
Nia is gonna run for her great axe, like full sprint. I want my baby.
Now this thing's lodged in the table. Would you mind doing a quick strength check?
Hell yeah. Where is it? Where's she at? Where's she at? Strength check.
Nia and Chloe packing in the party. Look at that.
Wow. So anyone watching this would think that Nia's just gonna come up and like take it, like, you know, where everyone else struggled, that she's just gonna like whip it out easily. There is a moment of like where she does have to kind of like, you know, get a little bit of a grip, but it does come out. It's just, it doesn't look as cool as it should have.
Gotta jimmy it.
So at this point, everyone is armed again, and we have the sense that you know, Zykas has detected something in this area. I think at this point we're at 9:30, so maybe this is a good time to take a break.
All right, awesome, MG. This has been amazing
Cheers,
so
Connor.
far,
You're a
buddy.
top bloke.
It's going well so far. Thank you everybody for tuning in tonight, and Twitch chat has been amazing. Everybody's been. I thought I saw Josh was chiming in on naming the Kenku band. I think they said a cappella
Yeah.
for the name.
It's official.
I think Josh.
I think he disheartened everyone else in the chat because it was like, yeah, we're not going to top that.
Yeah. So yeah, the Kenku touring band of a cappella. So I guess what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go ahead and get ready to do our giveaway.
Dun, dun, dun. We have
So
people signed up. I wasn't paying attention.
people signed up for what? The giveaway?
For the giveaway?
I haven't
doing that
started it
now.
yet. We're gonna do that now during the break so people can chime in.
Cool.
So I'm gonna open up a raffle here in just a moment. So we're gonna go ahead and open a new raffle up for tonight. And all you have to do to enter is type in !raffle in the Twitch chat, and it will enter you in. So if you guys, those of you that are tuning in and checking us out, make sure you type in !raffle for your chance to win Mordenkainen's Tomb of Foes and a matching dice set. So make sure you chime in and make sure you type that in. Exclamation point raffle. Make sure you guys chime in for your chance to win.
All in honor of Michael's birthday.
People playing aren't eligible.
Happy birthday.
Aw. So yeah, make sure you guys enter the raffle to get your chance to win. And right now we're gonna go ahead and take a quick break, and we will be back with you guys in about 5 to 7 minutes or so, and we will see what happens with this mysterious missing gem.
Dun dun dun.
When we return. So don't go anywhere. We will see you guys in just a bit. So thanks, guys. Good to go.
Oh, we're back. All right, everybody. We are back from our break. Thank you for waiting with us here. To reiterate, we are in the middle of doing a raffle. And the winner of this raffle will receive, we've got a copy of Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes, the latest book from Wizards of the Coast.
Yeah.
So that one is, that's up for raffle, and also a set of dice, so that you can, hopefully there'll be some lucky ones. So raffle's going on. Make sure in chat, I believe that we're typing exclamation point raffle.
No
Pretty
space.
straightforward.
Yeah, no.
This is available to anybody that's watching. We would hope that you'll stick with us through the rest of the show here. But yeah, put it. Go ahead and enter the raffle. Don't forget, this is pretty much last call. We're gonna play for another like 5 minutes or so before we actually do the raffle to give you a chance to get it in there. So just make sure you've joined if you want to benefit. With that in mind, where we left off. So our party, they've been enjoying the party. They've sort of mingling and milling about. They've summoned a bunch of wild animals and beasts, including a giant dire wolf that's like friggin' like 10 feet long or something. So yeah, we filled this place with mirth and animals, and Zykus has detected some kind of planar anomaly to the northwest, probably about 40 feet, 30, 40 feet. As we all, and meanwhile, everyone has sort of convinced the sheriff here to give everybody's weapons back. So we are armed, dangerous, and ready to go.
And there's that roll for you, MG.
Oh boy. Let's see. That's in the player's handbook for me, right?
It's a D100.
D1. Oh gosh. Do you roll that or do I roll that?
I think I do. Let me check. I haven't done this before. On the roll, if I roll on the table.
While MG's doing that, I just want to thank Trucker for the follow, and also want a big shout out to Mr. Carrot Rope gifted a sub to Josh tonight, so that was pretty cool. So welcome Josh to our subscription community, and thank you, Mr. Carrot Rope. We appreciate that.
Thank you, Copra.
Top bloke.
Let's see. So you rolled a 10. Well, where?
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh.
Where's this going?
So as Teoshi has reached out and cast this suggestion spell on the guard, you watch as he seems to struggle with himself and almost hunch over. And as he flails out and flails one of his arms out, you watch as, and I don't actually use magic missile, so I'm looking to see how many
This level is
darts
that
are this.
like 1d4 No, it's
gotta
It's
be like
1d4 plus 1
7d4 plus 1
per dart. So yeah, it's 3 at level 1. Jesus. It's
So
4, 5.
is it 8?
Wait, it's 3. Wait, so 3 plus 4. So 7.
7.
oh, it
7 darts.
creates more darts.
Yeah. So it's 7d4 plus 7, basically. So,
yeah.
and as he's losing control, he is going to throw it at one of the 2 mastiffs.
Oh, his own mastiffs.
Yeah, that's not going to randomly target civilian.
Yeah.
Okay, so 7d4 plus 7.
How many? Okay. 23. And a mastiff has, I believe, 5 hit points.
Let's see.
Well, he's
Oh,
cast
yes.
it. He's gone.
My master is just a ball of blood and guts.
Yeah, like a
It's just explosion.
batter on the wall. There's screams. People jump back. Like the whole room lights up with this, glorious magic missile that flies out, seemingly from just the wild ether here.
Rex looks at Diggs and says, "We call that shooey."
He jumped the gun a bit there.
Oh
What?
no!
Attack your dog! What are you doing?
What's wrong with you?
Not an intentional action.
I hug my direwolf just out of instinct,
The dire
no,
wolf nuzzles you. It's like
it's okay.
I have
it'll
heard
not
about
hurt
this. It's called a premature casting, I think.
I've heard of those.
you. Ugh.
oh, later,
all-
Sarah.
look,
Thank you for.
mate. I'm here for you. Anything you need, we're mates. We can talk, but yeah, we've all been there. We've all let off a few spells without meaning to.
Oh my god. Chloe just groans into her hand.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Rex is just looking down at what used to be this animal. It was alive, it grew legs, and it went away.
Oh.
And Nia's voice.
It's like a Zen Koan.
It's like, where do we need to go?
Once he has his weapons, maybe we should check out this. Apparently, there's a portal this way. And I
Where?
point and start walking in that direction. So
Well,
I follow,
Seems to be from the northwest.
northwest.
I follow him.
Yeah.
Wherever he goes.
Joshi will do the same thing, and as he's walking away, sort of snap twice next to the ground to sort of summon the remaining mastiff along. If it'll follow, if it doesn't follow, given what happened, he's just going to leave it. He's not going to pay much attention to it.
The mastiffs they seem to be magically loyal here. For to their detriment.
Rex is following out of curiosity.
Before we
At least we
leave,
have
I
a
want
target.
my 2 hand axes and smack them down on the table like I did with the great axe, but not like the great axe, this time the hand axes. And I just want to look at like all of the nobles, like no funny business while we're gone.
Like the whole crowd kind of backs up, like
I want to growl at them. I'm gonna.
She may have a good point. You, dog, stay here. The first one that backs up, pin it to the floor.
I'm gonna motion for my boar to stand guard with the mastiff as well.
I'm gonna make sure I'm like directly behind Ivan Malat, the dog murderer. So directly behind.
And I'll have my weasel on my shoulder, and then I'm gesturing for my direwolf to follow me.
I will pick up my axes and I will follow the crowd.
And I guess I'm leading the way.
All right, you guys are heading northwest. As you head northwest, as you approach this direction, you're able to kind of see into this one corridor that before had been blocked by a guard. It looks like some sort of study. There's a cluttered table.
Is the portal coming from? Was it coming from this room?
Yeah, by your estimation, it seemed to have been coming from the general vicinity of this room, possibly, probably. This seems like a good candidate.
It was from somewhere in here, although I can't see it.
I have a thing that it's like danger sense. Like I can tell. Like I think when something's off. So I think I just have an advantage when it comes to not looking for traps, but like avoiding them. Can I look for traps really quick?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and
among-
gain a danger sense. You gain an unsettling sense when things aren't as they should be, giving edge when you dodge. Wow, that's cool. Yeah, could you go ahead and do a investigation check?
I'm gonna cast a quick mage armor on myself, and also use my abjuration ability.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Jeez, untouchable here. Arcane Ward. Weave magic when you cast an abjuration spell. And are you casting Are you using the Arcane Ward? Oh, I guess it's always on, right?
Yeah, so it comes on when I cast the mage armor.
Got it.
So
Got
now
it.
I've got 11 hit points.
It's
Twice your wizard level, plus your intelligence modifier. Wow.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's this reality sort of ripples around Diggs, which he's already been bending reality all night. Now even more so.
All right. Before we get into anything else, MG, do you want to go ahead and we'll do the raffle?
Yep, let's do
Okay.
it. So
Cool.
we've got hopefully everyone's on the raffle. You literally have seconds to join if you haven't joined the raffle yet.
Yep. Last minute to type in !raffle in the Twitch chat.
As our hands move toward the mouse. Or whatever we're doing.
Yes. I'm going to
Last call for raffle all.
yeah.
No,
Nice.
the blue wire, not the red wire.
So we're going to go ahead and we are going to close this raffle off in
Bow,
5, 4.
Stumpy, your generosity is knows no bounds.
So we're going to go ahead and we're going to close the raffle. And we're going to go ahead and draw our winner. Here we go. Let's see. And I will share it in the chat. Whoa. I'm going to go ahead and announce the winner in chat. MX Slip 90. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations. You have won our birthday bash giveaway tonight of Mordenkainen's Tomb of Foes and a matching dice set. So do us a favor and make sure you send us an email at proficiencybonus@gmail.com. If one of you
Or
can
just
go ahead
message me.
and
He's my Sunday game friend.
yeah, and we will get that raffle
Yeah.
and we will get that winnings to you. So congratulations, and thank you guys all for participating in the raffle tonight, and thanks for hanging out for my birthday party tonight. This has been awesome. MG's been doing a fantastic job running this so far, and it seems
Excellent.
like
You got the fates on your side with that party animal joke.
Mr. MX Lip just noticed that it is Michael's birthday and you're taking his presents away from him. So,
Well, I guess it's probably a good time for us to kind of mention a little something. I think we all are very thankful to Michael for being pretty much the coolest DM ever. And, you know, we wanted to... appreciation. Well, we can't give you gems that are going to disappear and lead you into a quest.
In
I think what we are.
in Chloe's voice, you hear, "It's a big gem." No.
What we're planning to do here is, you know, we've sort of, pooled our energies, and we want to send you basically a Wormwood gift card so that you can hook yourself up with something really cool from.
That is sick, guys. That is way.
Yeah.
You guys did not have to do that. That is awesome.
Too late. Already happened.
Oh, you guys are too much. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that.
We love you.
Oh man.
Oh,
Amen.
yeah.
Hey,
birthday.
thanks for
Carrots showing the carrots like
brother.
Santa Claus over.
MX Slip
He is
90.
Oprah.
Thank you for subscribing. We appreciate that. MX Slip 90 for your subscription.
Shit, Australian Santa Claus.
Oh, excuse me.
We'll say thanks to
because-
MX 90. Thank you
yeah.
very much to
Carrot Rope
for gifting
gifting
that
that
subscription.
man. Carrot Rope is on a tear tonight. Keep it up, Carrot Rope.
I think it's all the Australian jokes.
It's got.
Yeah,
Diggs
Diggs is just bringing out that national pride.
Well, thank you guys. I really do appreciate it. I've been wanting some Wormwood stuff for a long time. It's just when I look at the price tag, I'm like, eh.
Hopefully this will.
That's awesome. Thank you guys.
I mean, we just call wormwoods witchetty grubs in Australia, but
It's, okay, there's a little difference when we're talking about what you're referring to as wormwood and your absinthe. So
All right. So, and again, congratulations to MX Lip for joining us in raffle. And yeah, give us the info, and then we'll hook you up. Anything else before we jump back into the scene? All right.
That's it.
I think we're
So
good.
we're in this room, this study, where we are investigating per Zykus's understanding
I
here.
got it.
We're all gearing up. And I think, oh yeah, Nia, you had done some investigation with your danger sense, right?
Indeed. No, it's like the danger sense doesn't do anything. I just feel like if there was something off about the room, like that
Yeah.
seemed trappy or bad, I would know. And so
Sure.
I was like, I'll investigate and see.
Allow me to
Very
check my notes.
Most
Well,
of
it seems like this-
that wasn't a bad roll either.
What was it? Oh yeah, that was a solid roll. So yeah, as you look at the room, it's clear here that the musicians are using this as like a temporary backstage. Like they've got kind of some of their gear and their notes strewn about. And in the far end here, there's a large trunk big trunk that appears to not be a normal fixture of this room. It's something that maybe they've brought.
So she's gonna step in.
Can
with them.
I check for traps?
Oh, pop
On
that
the-
shield open. Come on.
Absolutely.
Well,
That.
Lock first.
Yeah, go ahead and investigate if you're checking for traps there.
How large is it?
This thing is easily
Looks fine to
10
me.
feet long and 3 feet wide. And Chloe, the wall looks really nice. The bricks are really well made. It's, a lot of good architecture around here.
Is this thing locked?
No, it's actually, even with your lack of investigative luck right now, it's ajar.
Oh.
The trunk is slightly open already.
I throw it open.
You fling it open? Okay, roll. No, just kidding.
As that you see Tayoshi jump backwards as you watch the hand jump forward.
Yeah, as you fling it open, it's open. Yeah, it's wide open, and it's pretty dark in there.
Okay. Oh. Oh.
Hmm.
Zykus, I found your portal.
Did you? It's in the trunk?
Pretty certain. It's just pitch black in there. I don't think that that's how trunks are supposed to be unless they have invented a newer, deeper trunk.
That's probably where it is.
Is it in
After
fact a
you.
portal, or just is it a hole leading down?
That's a good question. I don't know the difference. I'm sticking with portal.
Actually,
wait,
So
wait.
she's going to step forward and pull out one of his daggers and just sort of toss it into the opening.
as you drop the dagger in, the dagger sort of fades from reality.
All right,
Rex-
portal.
step aside for a sec. I'll send Alistair Oswald the fourth in, and he can have a little look-see around for us. How about
The
that?
kookaburra is too precious to
Yeah. Not the cuckoo, it's the kookaburra.
kookaburra.
Yeah, I mean
Kookaburra.
kookaburra. Yeah, kookaburra.
Kookaburra.
All right, so you're sending Alistair in there.
Certainly am. I'm
Okay.
gonna peer through his eyes.
As you're watching through his eyes, you
as
sink into the
as
dark.
as this thing goes into this, Rex opens his mouth and Zykus's voice says, "It's in the trunk? I can't see it." Then switches over to Tiashi's voice, "You, dog." And then to Chloe's, "It's a big gem."
Loving this. Oh. So while Rex entertains everybody, Diggs, you see through the eyes of Alistair there that you definitely there's a sensation as you go into the darkness where it sort of shifts. It's like a, and you begin to see that you are in. It's a bit of a drop, Not enough of a drop to hurt. Anybody that's careful enough could probably get down this pretty well, but you end up in this strange corridor where the walls and the floor and the ceiling are made of this bizarre black substance.
All right, so a little bit of a fall. I've dropped into, I don't know, like big sludge pit, I reckon.
Joshi
send
turns to
Alistair
say
a
something,
little bit
then
further.
realizes he probably can't hear us, so just goes back to looking at the chest.
Looking at the chest on there, Tayoshi.
You better keep your eyes to yourself.
Both of them.
We don't call those trunks, we call those boots in Australia.
Wait, I'm sorry, you don't call it a chest, you call it a boob? I am
A
really
boot.
confused now.
Boot.
We're PG, ladies and gentlemen.
Are we ever?
Push it.
We push the 13 regularly.
We're PG-12.
Look, I don't know what you
That's the
do
maturity
pushing
level.
13-year-olds, but I'll
Can we vote for inspiration for Christy on that one?
yeah.
I'm the one giving inspiration! Yay!
All right, so Alistair's down there seeing. What's Alistair doing beyond this?
He's gonna just investigate a little bit more, start flying.
He's in a bit of a
around.
tunnel. Tunnel that's again this sort of strange dark substance, and it goes a bit forward. I would say it's there's definitely, it seems like it's some sort of network of tunnels or something.
Well, yeah, looks pretty groovy to me. I reckon we just jump down there, pull our boots on, and slide through the mud.
All right then.
It
I
doesn't
will-
sound like any plane that I've heard of before, has it?
Go ahead and do a. We could call this history, arcana. Some flexibility here for how you're jogging your memory.
We'll go history.
Okay.
Nope.
You've got a lot of ideas, and they all seem equally valid.
It's the aeroplane. That's,
I would like to point out we should be careful going through a portal. We don't know what exactly might be on the other side.
Rex-
I do.
Cannonball.
I've seen it.
Rex,
A cannonball.
Rex puts his hand on Nia and, well, tries to reach up and put his hand on Nia's shoulder, and Zykus right next to him, and then Diggs' voice. He looks at everybody, opens his mouth, and says, "We're mates. We can talk." And he points down to his boots, his furry, feathery boots, and says, "Put our boots on."
Right.
And then looks at Zykus, and in Zykus' voice says, "It's in the trunk."
Yes, it is. I'm gonna start walking towards the trunk.
Toshi looks over at Diggs. And you said it was muddy or liquid down there.
Yeah, mate. Pure black sludge, like the inside of a meat pie.
It's like, can we come back through this portal if we go through?
As long as it's open, I was planning on seeing if I could tie a rope on something and dropping it through, so we have something to.
Yeah, there's a
Climb
lot of
back up.
furniture up here where you could easily tie a rope. And
All right.
I'll take my 50 feet of rope out and tie it off.
okay, rope hits
Zykus,
bottom.
may this not be easier. Now another patch comes off. And as the hand goes out, a 24-foot ladder springs forward from the hand.
Oh my god!
That works too.
Bagging, sagging Bob over here.
Bob the Builder. He's on our team.
And Toshi will just sort of walk over to the chest and just start pushing the ladder down to see if it'll hit bottom.
It definitely goes into the portal, and then it sort of like sticks. Like it hits a point where it's gone as far as it seems to be fitting in there. And it's so weird looking how like the ladder like cuts out of reality, but it's it feels like it's reacting. Cool.
It appears we can safely climb down now. Perhaps. And Toshi sort of looks up at Nia. Perhaps you should go last.
Nah, what if there's something trying to kill us? I'll go first, and I'll cannonball it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have an announcement to make.
No fear on that, Sheila. It's truth.
I'm gonna follow Nia. I'll go second, but I'm gonna use the rope. And I'm gonna call for my direwolf to jump down once everyone's through.
All right, yeah.
Toshi's going to climb down his ladder.
Diggs is taking his thongs off, putting on some good old gum boots.
But before Toshi
Okay.
gets to the
Thongs
bottom,
isn't flip-flops, you dirty-minded fiends.
Toshi's going to get to the bottom and not step off the ladder. He's going to see if the bottom literally is liquid.
No, the ground, there's a softness to it and an eeriness, but it responds well to your feet, and you're able to stand very stably on solid ground. It's a substance unlike anything you've seen before, but it appears to have purchase to it.
Rex
You know what
is,
this reminds me of? If I can be a little bit crude here. A colonoscopy. A colonoscopy.
Again, the maturity level.
has plummeted.
Oh my god.
What's worse is I'm looking at the image and going, what the hell does an
I
Australian's
want my
innards
direwolf
look
to come
like?
down, MG.
What's that?
I want my direwolf to come down.
Okay, I think we can make that work. Can you move?
Can I?
I didn't have access to him. And
Okay.
my weasel's still on my shoulder.
Rex is gonna wait and go down last.
Okay.
Wonderful, JJ. Now the chat thinks colonoscopies and thongs. It's what's for dinner.
Anyone not going down?
JJ broke the Twitch chat.
I'm still up there.
Still up there?
Yep.
Just
Just putting me gumboots on.
is there. Rex is waiting. Zykus, are you going down through?
Yeah, and once I get down there, I would like to use my primeval awareness.
Primeval
That's it.
awareness. Beginning of the reaction, I send one ranger to focus your awareness in the region for one. You can sense whether the following types of creatures are present within 1 mile of you.
Whoa.
Aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead within 6 miles.
Wow.
That was really good.
Yeah.
Well, 6 miles is only if it's in my favorite terrain, which we are not in my favorite terrain. So, it's only for a mile.
Okay, if it's only a mile. If it's checking something real quick. You're not picking up on the radar or anything quite in that category. It's weird down here. It's unusual. You know, you definitely getting the sense you haven't been on this particular plane before, but you're not picking up those signatures that you would be looking for.
Okay.
So there's that. Cool.
I love this music.
Yeah, this is where I
Wake up,
belong,
boy!
right? It's awesome.
So yeah, there's all that. For those of you that are down here, you have reached a cliff. That basically, you go right down, and then immediately this is a side view where you're seeing basically an 100-foot drop, not far beyond where the portal left you off. And then peering down, surprisingly, you can see. Yeah, and exactly, JJ, exactly. You do see a tunnel that if you were to make it to the bottom of this cliff, you could proceed.
Oh, so everybody's gone down already?
I think you're still up there, Rex.
Okay, Rex is just going to kind of peer behind him and see if any of the other people are, like, watching into the room of what's going on.
It seems like no one's interested. Maybe not interested. We're sort of staying away from you guys. It seems maybe the rousing speech to the sheriff everyone feels confident that you guys are going to solve this.
So Rex is going to take off his sport coat that he was wearing.
Uh-oh.
And he's going to look for, is there like a hook to hang like a coat or a shirt on the wall?
In the study, there is a hook, actually.
Okay, so he puts it on the hook. And you can see that his whole arms are taped up on top of the black feathers all the way up to the shoulder, kind of like just some kind of like professional wrestler.
Yeah.
And then he looks back towards the opening into where all the villages are, and loudly in Nia's voice says, "No funny business while we're gone," and then climbs into the trunk and down the ladder.
Classic.
And do I need to move the map for everybody on Twitch?
Probably, yeah, so that they
Okay.
can
Gotcha.
see.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Yeah, so this is a 100-foot drop. And Diggs, are you down there? Still.
I certainly am.
Okay, yeah, you're there.
Look, if anyone wants to hold me hand, I can just have Alistair scout ahead for us, and I can just follow along.
I believe first we should find our way down to the bottom.
Yeah. So I'm Diggs. Alistair can go down and have a look for us. Have a bit of a squiz.
While you do that, I'm going to start trying to fashion something with my rope. And Yoshi will go into his Dungeoneer's pack and start pulling out his hempen rope.
Okay.
Does anyone have any additional? Mine is only 50 feet.
You should have rope.
I want to hack a loogie over the edge of the cliff.
Oh, the old
Roll a
bushman tanky.
spit check.
I like it. I do the same.
Check
Well,
my
that's
spit
my
take.
spit check.
Anyone who's doing loogies, go ahead and do a dex, just a straight dex check.
Oh, wait, that was a saving throw. My bad. Let me do
I haven't seen a
te-
bushman
check.
tanky
Oh,
since
that's-
coming to this land.
I mean, the save is the same, I think, roll for you.
No, it's not, because it's called a save and not a dexterity check. So it's different, and I get to use a better score.
Yeah, I guess with a 14, it goes, it hits bottom. With the 8, near the bottom where it should hit the bottom, it does kind of like the curve of, I don't know, gravity kind of hits the wall a little more so than the bottom, which is not an ideal solution, but still it's a pretty good spit.
It's truth. I'm gonna send Alistair down.
Did
Spitters or
anyone
quitters?
give Yoshi some rope?
Yeah, I've got Rex. Rex gets some and hands it to you, and he looks at you and says, "We use the buddy system. No more flying solo." And he tries to help him to tie the ropes together.
As you're starting to tie it up, you see as Yoshi reaches his hand into the small pouch that he carries with him and pulls out 2 small lodestones. Starts moving his hand and muttering as he casts mending to mend the 2 ends of the rope and make one long one.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, you now have one.
Amazed, Rex looks at Tioshi and is like, "You dog," in Tioshi's voice.
Just get a very sort of confused look back. Shall we continue down?
Sure.
Indeed.
Oh, how are we gonna get this wolf down?
I can carry him.
Tioshi immediately starts climbing down the rope as quickly as he can, not wanting to be
Now,
there.
where's the rope secured?
To the direwolf.
What's the direwolf's strength?
Strength is a +3.
That's pretty strong. How much weight can someone with like a 17 or 16 strength carry?
Yeah. 17.
That's a good question.
Now, between how many DMs do we have in here? None of us know off the top of our head.
85. 85 is the answer.
85.
85 pounds? I think they can. Really?
I think it's a
That
lot
can
more than
be.
that.
15. It's probably 15 times strength or something, right?
Yeah, it's something like that.
I
It should
thought it
be
was
under
times
ability
5.
tricks or ability
My bad.
scores.
5.
He's the big wolf.
Lifting.
Yeah, I thought the carrying capacity was times 5.
Trying to find lifting in here.
There's like strict rules, strict
Okay,
encumbrance rules.
carrying capacity. Your carrying capacity is your strength score multiplied by 15.
Oh.
15 it is.
All right. Elk. 15 times, and then the strength of this thing is what, like a 16, a 17?
It's a 17.
17. So it could carry 255 pounds.
But it
Yeah.
also says it can push, drag, or lift up to twice your carrying capacity.
Oh, so it could drag. It could like kind of tug a rope against. I would say that. Are any of you much heavier than like 250 pounds?
Mm-mm.
Rex
I'm
doesn't come
220.
close.
You're
Oh,
220.
not even close.
Yeah, I'm probably like 180.
I am 220 pounds of 6'8" muscle.
Let's get a strength
I'm
check from the
heavy.
dire wolf. If the dire wolf really is sort
I'm
of.
a big boned girl.
Okay. I guess it's just a +3? Like, straight roll +3? Is that how that works? Okay. Oh, he's fine.
Mhm.
He's so strong.
Yeah, the wolf like holding the rope in his mouth and like.
It's tug of war.
Yeah, I would say you're all good to get down a little. I guess how are we getting the wolf down?
She's just
I can
fleeing
catch
because
him.
he heard Nia saying she was going to carry the wolf. So it's just down as quick as he can go.
Yeah, feel free to move yourselves down.
Something else we might want to think about is how we're going to get back up.
That's true.
We might want to leave the wolf.
Oh, I'm sorry, buddy.
The wolf is being brave right now. It's like like nudging you and like.
Oh,
Okay.
he'll be
You stay here
okay.
and keep holding on to the rope and we'll be back. And if things get really bad, maybe try to climb down? Okay. But stay here for now. Oh, okay.
Rex looks at the dire wolf and says in Tiyoshi's voice, "You, dog," and then switches over to Nia's voice. "No funny business while we're gone." And then climbs down the rope, kind of peering towards Nia at first, and then back at the dire wolf, then up to Nia, and then says, "Perhaps you should go last," and then starts to slide down the rope.
If you would like to die, go ahead.
And he starts doing cat noises as he slides down the rope.
She's mad. I don't know why she's mad.
All this talk
Leo.
of dogs.
Say hi. Oh, hi.
Oh, that's a real cat.
Yeah, that's
What?
All right, so everyone move down the rope. And anything unusual going on here? It sounds like the wolf is staying behind to, protect everybody's exit.
Diggs is coming down.
Diggs is going down. Okay.
Yep.
And I think again with the this is a very sturdy mended rope, and the wolf got a great roll. So I think anyone that wants to get down, I could say could get down safely.
Yep, I'll get down.
Anyone staying behind? Anything weird going on?
No. Just dealing with a cat.
The wolf has to fight a little harder as Nia gets there, and that 220 pounds on the rope. The wolf is definitely digging into that weird black substance, but it's holding strong.
As Nia's climbing down, Tiyoshi's on the bottom with a small piece of copper wire, spinning it in his hand, pointing up at her. "Perhaps you should go last." And that's all you hear in your mind.
Oh,
I am
Just
going last.
nice. Cool. Then, at this point, the corridor continues beyond. Seems like there's basically one way to go here.
Hop in. Let's go down there.
Okay.
Would like to lead.
I'm gonna grab onto Rex and send Alistair up ahead and look through Alistair's eyes while Rex leads me.
Alrighty, as Alistair kind of moves through the corridor, continues, and the room at that point starts to open up a little bit. And you see a red glow.
I got to bait on something. It's red.
There's a blast of heat against Alistair's face.
Oh, it's home. Red, hot. I'm back in the outback.
Oh God, we gotta get out of here.
Zykus,
It's a desolate place.
Zykus, perhaps you would like to take point and lead us in. This seems to be more your area of expertise.
Sure. I will start slowly walking down the path.
Watch out for crocs. snakes, spiders, scorpions, kangaroos.
Yeah.
As he falls behind Kiyoshi says to Zykus, "It appears that Nobby Knees says it's his home."
Maybe he should lead then.
And Michael, if you wouldn't mind following the bouncing player flag.
Absolutely. The bouncing player flag. Oh my.
Captain Nobby Knees!
Whoa.
I must admit, a little bit of a concern now that I realized what the cellos were playing.
Yep. What am I missing here?
As we all seem to
You're
enter in
good.
here,
Yep.
Kiyoshi will look back over at Zygus. Unless Nobby Knees lives in a volcano, I believe he was mistaken.
I mean, you never know. He might have lived in a volcano.
This is fair enough.
Yeah, it seems that the chamber opens up here, and there's a slow flowing stream of lava, kind of like passing along here. And it's about 30 feet wide. Hard to gauge how deep it is. It's as the substance sort of rolls over itself, not seeming to affect this, this other black substance that makes up the room itself.
Is the lava inset at all, or is it on top of this material?
It appears to be inset.
So how far below the...
Really hard to gauge. It's because it's such a thick, viscous, opaque substance. You can't. It's hard to see. Like, oh, this is like 10 feet deep or 3 feet deep.
Oh, not deep. How much of a lip is there beneath the black surface?
Almost none. One standing on the edge might worry that it would lick their boot.
She's sort of going to get a little closer and look.
Well, Struth, this is a bit different than what I thought.
I was hoping I could think of a way to get us across, but it's so close to the surface. Does anyone have any ideas?
Yeah, I've got my own way, but I don't know how I'm going to help you out. I'm going to cast Spider Climb on myself.
Spider climb. Okay.
Just climb on the roof over to the other side and come down.
You guys are seeing this as our boomerang wielding friend here. Do you still look like a halfling, or have you turned back into yourself?
No, I've turned back.
Okay.
I'm two khaki shorts are like riding up really high, and my legs are like pencil thin all the way up.
Yeah, don't look up because you'll see right up those shorts, everybody.
How high is the ceiling?
It's a good, I want to say 20, 30 feet up. It's a bit of a high ceiling in here. Although Diggs with his spider climb is having no trouble. He's clinging to the rough surface easily.
Diggs, how strong are you feeling today?
Not very.
Well, that's not what I wanted to hear.
Well, sorry, mate. Oh, hang on. I do have an idea. Actually, no, I don't. Sorry.
It'd be helpful if one of us had a water walk right now.
Actually,
Well, I'm over the other side, so should I just go on?
And he is. It's pretty impressive.
Rex walks up to the rest of the group, looks back at the lava, then looks back at everybody else, and in Tiyashi's voice, fair enough. And then looks back at the lava, looks back at everybody else, and then in Diggs' voice, points down to his boots. Put our boots on. Looks back at the lava, points at the lava, the inside of a meat pie. And then and then he tries to grab a hold of Chloe. And he taps his boots together, and these wings sprout out from his boots. and he starts to fly up.
I just like wrap my hands around. I'm like, ah!
Superman and Lois Lane.
And he flies Chloe over the lava into the other side
Oh, snap.
and sets her down, and then flies back across and lands on the other side, and then just looks at everybody with like cocking his head to the side.
Thank you, Rex.
He looks. he then looks at Nia and says, in Tiashi's voice, "Perhaps you should go last." And he tries to pick. I don't know how heavy Zykus is, but he tries to pick up Zykus.
I'm more like 120 pounds.
120. I don't think I should have a problem with that. As Rex.
Yeah.
What is my strength score? I gotta see. I don't think it's. Well, my strength is 12.
It's 12 times 15.
Yeah.
Yeah,
find
so
out.
if he's only 120, that's
Oh, you're gold, yeah.
rounds
All right.
on top of that.
So he's gonna fly Zykus across and do the same thing, and drop Zykus over on the other side, and then fly back and look towards Tiashi, and kind of tilt his head to the side as he's looking towards you.
I
It's
suppose
like, you
there
a lot
should
of
sort of
weird
wrap
things
one arm
on
around
the
his
plane.
shoulder.
This is the weirdest thing that may have happened to you in a while, being carried across the lava by a kenku.
And okay, so he's gonna go ahead and do the same thing with Tiashi, and then he's gonna come back and look look way up at Nia.
Hello, little one.
How large is Nia, like, breadth and width?
She is the size medium.
We used the buddy system. No more flying solo.
Think she's about 2 feet wide?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Are you judging her?
Yoshi is having ideas on how to help her make her lighter to get have Rex be able to carry her over.
I would
just do a
say
couple of
that
star
if she
jumps.
puts out her wings, her wingspan is way more than 2 feet, and that is being 2 feet wide. So thus,
Oh, if she's 6'8", her wingspan would be 6'8", and I only say that because I know mine. She's only an inch taller than me, but no, I'm talking
Because that's
specifically like
6'8".
torso.
yeah, no, she's not 2 feet wide. I think that would be less like muscly, but she's all right.
Okay, nope. There goes.
So how much can Rex carry then? Could he?
You said it's a 12?
Yeah, could he carry Nia?
I think 180 might be his limit. Oh no, I guess it's 180
one-
is his normal carrying. He could push more.
Right,
So
so his
I got-
carry
I got
limit
this.
is 180.
I'm gonna cast Spider Climb into Alistair and have Alistair go over to Nia and deliver it to her.
Oh.
Alright, so now just try climbing up that wall there. Trust
Yeah,
me.
Nia, your hands feel so weird. Your hands and your feet. It's like, you've never felt anything like this before. It's incredible. It's creepy, but incredible.
Rex is still standing in
Ooh.
front of you, Nia, holding out his hand, going, "I need a volunteer. grab my arm."
I will shake his hand and say no, thank you, and I will climb the wall.
And it's incredible. Like your hand grips, and it's like walking. It's that easy that you're able to just find these little spots on the wall that are a little rough, and it's just like you grip them, and it's almost like sticks. It's extraordinary. You're able to
Like
sort of like
kind
girl from the ring, it or the Grudge.
Oh.
Oh, creepy.
Ooh, that's scary.
Yeah.
If a 6'8" woman came through, like, oh, that's from the ring. Like a 6' woman came through the television, like crawling out of the. It's like,
Oh god.
ah!
Scary.
That's our Friday the 13th vibe right there. It's-
Yeah. Dun, dun, dun.
I'm in this room and it's dark. No, stop. I hate scary movies.
So Rex kind of shrugs and then flies himself over with his boots and lands on the other side and deactivates the flying boots.
Cool. All right, everybody's across. Nice. The lava remains behind you all.
Tyoshi is going to walk over to Rex. Yeah, for your troubles. Pull another patch off. Hand it to Rex, and as it hits your hand, Rex, a large silver coffer appears.
Rex just looks at it in his hand, and in Kella's voice, really?
Well, it is worth 500 gold pieces.
You dog! He shakes it. There are no weapons here.
No, it is worth money. It is not a weapon.
And then he holds it close. And then in the sound of that lady that got everybody's attention in the hall, we'd like to present you with a gift. And then in Nivras' voice, get your hands off me!
This is extraordinary.
Then random cat noises.
Yeah.
Yes. He's finally settled down. He's trying to sleep now.
Shall we continue on then?
Indeed.
I guess I'll keep leading the way.
Yeah.
Unless she who goes last wants to go first.
That is true. If someone else wants to lead, by all means.
I mean, you all keep on insisting that I go last, so I think I'll just stay in the back.
Come along, Zykus. I suppose I can join you.
I'll
Alright.
follow behind, like directly behind Zykus. Be in the middle.
Tyoshi will join Zykus walking shoulder to shoulder. Or as much as, the two of us can.
Yeah, then I'll be behind them.
Oh, Nia, if you want to get weird, you can still walk on the walls, so you don't have to take the traditional way of getting to where we're going.
True. I'm from overhead on the walls, on the ceiling. And I will make nice with the bat.
Yeah, and it's this black substance that these walls are made of. It's definitely unusual, but it's you seem to easily cling to it as this happens. The corridor at this point is starting to widen. Whereas before only maybe two of you could fit wide, it is starting to sort of like branch out a bit, and you start to see where it's going to branch out into a very large chamber.
Ooh.
And you start to see figures ahead of you. There's something going on in this chamber.
Oh.
Mr. Producer, if you wouldn't mind following the bouncing player flag.
Absolutely.
I love saying that. I love saying that.
Absolutely. Yes. Oh my goodness, that
Eldritch
music is
cello.
amazing. Eldritch cello.
I just can't. A cello?
Yeah, something weird is going on in this room. So as you enter this room, this vast circular chamber, there is indeed a cello, and it's floating in midair, wreathed in a sort of magic energy, with the bow of the cello floating beside it. In fact, I think Chloe, with your sort of musical prowess, this is the same cello that one of the band members had back in the place upstairs, and the cello seems to be of its own volition, floating in the air. The guards.
Oh, I want it.
Yeah, the 6 guards that you saw before, they are all standing here, but they look different. Where they used to be clearly human, they their faces are covered with almost the same substance that the ground is made of, and it's sort of like branching out of their visors and like snaking over their helmets. It's kind of horrific. And Lady Radnar, was sort of the MC of the event, she is also standing there, pretty much next to the cello, and she, one of her eyes is also pouring out this substance, and her face is contorted in this look of agony as these people are all sort of clustered around. There's a spot in the center of the room here where the ground looks odd. There's like a reality is sort of like wavering around there, and there's a bit of a glow. And then around the edge, gems, much like the one, including, as you could see over here, the one that was sort of the center of the event. These are all sort of arrayed, 10 of them around the room. Something really unusual is going on in here.
All right. I'm stealthing forward.
Let's get a stealth check.
Yes.
Oh, Struth, this is where the real party's happening.
Oh, yes.
Wow.
Tioshi looks at Zykus beside him. Any ideas?
Chloe's gone.
Chloe is absolutely gone. Where there was a Chloe.
I definitely think we should try and sneak up on him. But this whole thing seems kind of odd to me.
Well, it seems that is yours and Merschalk's will, so let us give it a go.
Wow, yeah.
Rex will look at the group as they're discussing this and say, "You think anyone wants a roundhouse kick to the face while I'm wearing these bad boys?" And he gestures to his...
I knew it was coming.
They are nice boots. Yeah.
Chloe, Zykus, Nia, and Tioshi, you guys are all... There's a shadow around the edge of the room that gives you a little bit of flexibility here.
All right.
Tioshi's gonna start making his way slowly up towards the north along the wall.
Making my way down.
Okay.
I would like... Yep.
Somewhere like up in this area.
Yeah. Do you guys have control of your...
I don't see my token.
We don't have tokens
Oh,
over here.
no, I've done the classic mistake.
We all do it.
Yeah, I knew it was
Hey,
gonna happen
nobby
sooner or
knees.
later.
We all do it.
Even the greats do it, so I don't feel so bad.
Yoshi's just making his way up, trying to ideally shooting and getting somewhere like up in here.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just following him.
I would like to stealth along the ceiling and get right above them. How high up is that?
The ceiling of this room is like 40, 50 feet up. So it would be pretty, I'd say you know, stealth would work quite well, but you are pretty high up.
So, like, if I dropped down and tried to, like, land on somebody, what kind of fall damage would I be taking?
46, I think?
Logistic.
It's D6 per 10 feet, right?
Yeah.
That's a 50 feet,
That's
5d6.
a lot of fall damage. But it looks so cool.
It would look cool, it's, yeah. Diggs, your stealth is not going
No,
quite
I'm
as well
not.
as you, but... What was that, Zos?
I'm not gonna do it.
Not gonna do it? Okay, yeah, gauge that it's too high. Diggs, your stealth, you know, you step and for a moment you think one of the guards sees you, but then it turns out that they seem to not be paying attention. In fact, they're in the middle of like a ritual. So they're all kind of like acting weird.
I
and looking at each other.
am casting something at the group of them. These guys.
The minute I notice Chloe starting to do it, Tioshi's going to join in and fire one off right after her.
I would like to rage.
There it is.
All right, there it is. I think since all this is going down, I'd say let's roll initiative to see what order all of this silliness happens. Let's
Wahoo!
All right.
let's see if I can figure out how to roll initiative for enemies.
I gotta find my token.
My initiative is.
Oh, Gotta wait for MG to pull up the little tracker.
Yeah, I would have been following these
Oh,
guys.
crap.
Yeah, as soon as you pull up the turn order, there we go. Now we'll be able to.
There it is.
Oh,
Perfect.
they're already on there.
Holy,
cat.
Christy,
Wow.
did you bring fake dice?
Yes, she did. Literally, they're digital.
Oh, it's
-1.
No.
oh wow, the guards in the cello are not doing so well. That's for sure.
I can't believe you just said that the cello isn't rolling good.
Things you only hear in your D&D campaign.
The cello rolls initiative. Alrighty. Let's see. So we have a bunch of. Is everybody in initiative? 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. And I guess JJ, does Alistair run on your initiative?
We can run it that way, or he can.
I mean, I'm
roll.
I also have a
Whatever-
weasel,
Alright.
so they could go on my turn.
Okay,
as well.
and the weasel is on. Let me make sure you have a weasel here.
He's just kind of there.
Those of you that are tuning in tonight, thank you so much for joining us right here at Proficiency Bonus for this special birthday bash one-shot. It seems like
Yeah.
things are about to go down with a magic cello.
Things are about to go down.
All right. So with that in mind, I think that first up in our initiative is, well, I guess it's a tie between Diggs and Chloe. Who's got the higher dexterity? Unless you want
I
to,
do.
you know, maneuver
Yeah,
each
probably
other.
you.
However you want to play it, Christy. It's up to you.
Well, because like I sneaked forward. My point was I was just sneaking forward and slamming them with fairy fire. So that's all I wanted to do. Or unless that's already happened and I have a turn now.
I'd say this. We could probably make this the fairy fire first. Seems reasonable.
Okay.
Now, what's the range and the radius on this thing?
20-foot cube.
20-foot cube.
Yep.
Okay. So if we go and look at the
What should we do?
Yeah, where are you centering it?
These guys. These 4.
these 4, like around,
Yeah, these 4.
so it would be like here,
Like more down?
more down. Oh gosh. Oh no.
Oh no!
Yeah, who are the 4 that it's hitting?
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2.
So it's a 4x4 block.
Yeah.
Of a shift. Nope. No, don't. God dang.
I know the struggle. I don't know how to do that either.
So I just got draw a shape. There we go. Okay, so if you wanted to hit those 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Closest you can get is 3. It looks like, in 20 feet.
Okay, then I'll get these 3 then.
Okay, those 3. All right,
Yeah.
then.
Assuming those are the 2 you want to hit more, but
Yeah.
Let's see, and they have to do a saving throw, right?
Yes.
Let's see if I can do a saving throw.
Pretty sure
and
it's
it's-
Dex. Let me just double check. I'm pretty sure it's Dex.
Yeah.
Feels like
it's
Dex,
the-
right?
Yeah.
Well, the cello got very fired. That thing's a little. The
Nope.
guard, and there are how many guards in here? Unless there's just the one, I think. Oh, and then also Radnar.
Yeah.
Nope.
They all failed.
Fail, fail.
Nice.
Wow! Congratulations.
see how fairy fire works.
Do like a little swirly symbol that says that these guys are all messed up. Yeah, you guys see that the 3 of them, the fairy fire light. What color is fairy fire?
It is like a periwinkle purple blue color.
Periwinkle purple blue breathes these 3, And at that moment, sort of everyone around notices, and there's shock and consternation as like the guards all at once in one motion, they all sort of like turn toward the center here where where the others are glowing. It's almost like they're like marionettes, like looking at the three glowing ones. And there's definitely concern. You guys have awakened the beast here.
Ooh.
Anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
Yes. I am going to move closer. Where am I gonna? Yeah, I'm just gonna move over a little bit and
Okay.
inspire Rex.
Oh, and how do you inspire Rex?
I kind of blow from my smoke pipe, like pretty much it looks like him, but in smoke form, and kind of doing like karate chops and stuff.
Oh,
In Nia's voice, you hear, "Oh."
Rex, you got inspiration that you can use there when it gets to be your turn.
What is it? A D6?
D6, yeah.
D6.
D6. It's truly inspiring. The smoking Kenku like doing really really cool like kicks. All right. Anything else before we move on to Diggs?
That is it for now.
All right, Diggs.
Actually, can I
Alright,
send
Diggs
my
reaches down
weasel
into his
to?
big-
Sorry, can I just send my weasel to this
You're
thing?
good.
This
To
one?
that one? Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I just wanted to see what happens if he touches it.
The weasel's touching it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, he's dead.
Probably. He's got 1 hit point, so.
Yeah. So, all right,
Wiggles
so he has some movement. He has his own interaction, right? That's I guess he's his own thing. The weasel.
Pop goes the weasel.
Weasel.
I'm gonna share something with you here, Christy.
Uh-oh. What'd I do?
Go ahead and look at. So for anyone that's watching, basically what happens is this weasel sort of like scampers up to this crystal, touches it with its little paw. The crystal sort of glows for a moment. The light flashes, and then the light leaves the crystal. This crystal turns kind of like a whatchamacallit, like a shade of gray. And one of the eyes of the weasel turns that same blue that the crystal was. And yeah, so Christy, you see now what
MG, I think you took the wrong one. You took the pink one off. You meant the blue one, right?
I did, didn't I? Didn't I?
There you go. That's better.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh my god. Okay. Noted. Noted.
Yep.
Wait, again, let me see how fast can he move. Yeah. So from me to there, he's gonna scamper back to me.
Okay. Cool. It's bizarre what you've all seen here go down. This weasel has this like glowing eye. It's really weird. It is now Diggs' turn.
All right, Diggs reaches into his khaki pockets, puts a hand on a boomerang. He starts uttering these like words around it, and the boomerang splits into 3 different boomerangs, but in like this ethereal kind of form, and they just go flying towards the corrupt Radna.
Okay.
I'm going to cast magic boomerang.
Magic missile is a boomerang. That's awesome.
Wow. That's pretty awesome. Okay, let me take a look at her. Okay. And that definitely, right, like, she doesn't even get to roll because
that just hits. Yeah, that just hits.
Yeah.
3 boomerangs slam into the side of her head.
Yeah, they just and she reels, and it's not like a person would. There's definitely like something has taken her over where she like gets buffeted about, and it seems to have done a fair amount of damage. That boomerang is vicious. Truly, it's a formidable thing.
Bonza, mate. That's the end of my turn.
Alrighty. Next up, let's see. I guess we should advance through this. Next up, we have Zykus.
I am going to take out my longbow,
Okay.
and for my bonus action, before I knock the arrow, I will point it at the guard that got fairy fired.
Yeah.
I'll use my Planner Warrior ability on him.
What?
Yeah!
Drawing the energy of the multiverse to augment your attacks. Choose one creature within 30. Next time you hit that creature with a weapon, comes force damage. Takes extra 1d8. Okay. Okay.
Sweet.
Let's see.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely hits. No doubt. And so it takes the standard. There's 9, but then there's also an extra 1d8, right?
Oh, nice.
And I guess, do you want to roll? Because, I mean, you do have advantage in case there's a crit.
I thought the 20 and 17 were with advantage. Is that not it?
Oh, you're right. Never mind. Yeah.
Okay. Then I'm just going to move a little bit away from everybody else.
All right. This guy's got... so he took a total of 17, right?
Yes.
All right. He's looking like you take... he's definitely been rattled a little. Still got a lot of vigor left in him as you look at him, but... there's definitely like an arrow like sticking out of his face in the visor, and he's moving a little funny.
That's all my. That's the end of my turn.
Alrighty, we move up. It's Radnar's turn. Okay. In her case, she's reeling from the boomerang hit. Not many people in this world have felt what it means to get hit by a boomerang, but she's gonna run up to this crystal here, and she's going to touch it. And again, same kind of thing applies here, where it, we see it sort of fade. And let me double check something real quick. Okay, and at that point, then her eye, same indigo color, leaves that crystal, and it fills up her eye, and she's going to look over at. At the source of the boomerang, and she's gonna try to cast a sleep ray.
Oh, wow.
It's interesting. Like out of her eye flashes for a moment, and let's see what this looks like. I'll paste this into chat so we see. Oh my gosh, I can't highlight. Succeeded on a DC 16 Wiz saving throw.
Jeez. All right. This is going to be horrible. It wasn't.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Nice.
So you guys see this beam lances out across the room and, sort of zaps Diggs. But, I mean, Diggs is made of stronger things than that. A little beam isn't going to do anything to him. He's able to just shake it off. And Radnar looks concerned. She's not super happy about what just happened.
Rex looks at Diggs, and in Diggs' voice says, "It's called a premature casting, I think."
Oh!
Yep, it certainly is.
We call that shooey.
That's the end of Radnar's turn. We're up to Rex. Rex is up.
Oh, Rex is up. Okay, Rex is going to run up to... I can get with 40 feet of movement. Oh, I can't click on him because I've got to click the select tool. I haven't been a player in so long. I'm going to run up here. I can get to here, I believe, with 40 feet of movement. No.
Okay.
Down here. It was right here is the maximum I can get. And as Rex is running towards this guard, he's pulling out his nunchucks and starts spinning them in the air as he's running towards. And then you hear in the voice of Michelangelo from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, "Ah, fellow chucker, eh?" And it runs out. and comes down with a nunchuck shot.
See what kind of number we get on here.
Yeah.
It's gotta beat a pretty high. These guys are pretty resilient. Oh, never mind it. Wow. Yeah, that definitely hits.
So it slams him with that. And with a bonus action, he is going to just jump and do like a spinning kick for his martial arts unarmed attack. For the bonus action. So an unarmed strike coming at him.
That barely hits. It's
Barely.
the kick, for a moment you're not sure, but it does land.
All right, and that'll do 5.
Okay. And the guard, the initial nunchuck hit, it kept him off guard. He's never seen a nunchuck before. And it reels, and then that kick just sort of like sends it doubling over in pain. This guard is not happy right now.
All right, that'll end Rex's turn.
Alrighty, at that point we are at the Tyoshi.
Okay. Am I still considered hidden down or no?
You haven't acted yet, and nobody noticed you, so I'd say yeah.
Oh, okay. In stealth, and I ask because you know better than I would play in Lachlan. From stealth, you get advantage on the attack rolls, right?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, okay. Tyoshi is going to start muttering to himself and making some different hand gestures as all of a sudden from that corner he's hiding in, you see a bolt of energy come flying out of his hand as it is randomly undulating, shifting between different colors as it's flying forward.
Nice.
And that is a 26 to hit on that. And I'm also going to use 1 sorcery point for my meta magic to twin the spell.
Look, it forks.
And target and make a second attack against a second individual. And
Okay.
the first one going to this guy here. Second attack going towards the one that Rex is facing.
Okay.
And the second one, it's 18.
That would also hit.
Okay. So the first attack, the crit against the hitherto untouched guy over here.
Yeah.
Okay, that is... Okay. Oh, my word.
18.
Okay, this gets interesting
Okay.
because of the spell. So it is the two,
Oh, it
2d8.
see. Yeah,
is-
it arcs
It arcs again.
again. Yep.
So the first hit that hits this guy here
You can hit any-
is 2d8 damage plus a d6. Wait, 2d8. Why is it double? Oh, because of the crit. Okay, so it was rolled 48. So, sorry, I'm confused. First time using the spell. Okay, so the damage type to the first guy is psychic.
Okay.
It does 18 psychic damage and 8. I believe it's what's a d6? Okay, so it's actually 18 and 8, so 26 psychic damage to the first guy.
Oh man.
This thing's a reality shakes.
And then that first casting arcs to a second
yeah.
person because of the same d8 roll for the damage.
Yeah.
So for
Double.
the next person from that is, I don't think, given its hit, I don't think I'd have advantage on that. And that would be
Right.
13. Would that hit the next
That
guard?
wouldn't quite hit it. It would probably like
Oh, actually-
it would wash over the armor and sort of
The-
dissipate.
Well, no, the next person, the rest of them are all fairy fired within range.
Yeah, so it is advantage.
So it would be advantage.
Yeah.
That's a 17.
And you choose where it arcs to.
Yeah, so, well, and I can't target the same person with the spell.
No, you can't. No, you can't charge it to the same person, but you can
So
target to the
these
next
two are already hit, so yeah, it's got to hit someone with advantage, so it's going south to hit this guy.
Yeah.
That would hit. That would hit.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's a 17, so we roll again. Okay.
Okay, so that's a 2 and
So
a 7.
that's 2 and 7, so we'll do psychic damage with that, so that's 14 points of damage to this guy here.
Okay, he
And
takes.
then go back to the second person from the twin spell that we rolled the 18 on. Roll the damage on that one. And that is a 5 and a 7. So we'll make that one lightning damage. And that's 16 points of damage to that guy.
Wow. And it's interesting, the different kind, this wild, chaotic bolt that lurches out from Teoshi. Regardless of the different kinds of energy that are striking these guards, it all seems to be doing well against them. You haven't detected where they seem to be resisting any of this, and these guys are just getting racked. Lightning dancing over their armor, and it's psychic damage making them spasm. It's what is?
Oh no!
That's
This?
wild magic.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Wait, what happens on a 1 with the wild?
We
magic?
we all just got
You
finished
are a
applauding.
serial pest, mate. You are a serial pest.
Well, we gotta check a.
58. Oh no!
58. Gosh, what
I
a
gotta jump over to
for the
it.
next. that's a nice one.
Let's see here. 58. Oh.
10 turns of that.
My hands feel warm. And then with that,
Yeah.
Toshi's just going to walk up right next to this thing. And is it an action to touch this, or would it be a
It's your
bonus
interaction.
action?
So
Okay. So Toshi's just going to sort of stand up and look at it.
but I mean it's your interaction where you could touch it. You haven't I don't think you pulled out a dagger or anything. So you could
Then yeah, Toshi will reach over and just put a hand on the top of it.
Okay, let me send you something here, Matt.
The weasel
shared.
started it all.
The
Just
weasel
shared
started it.
something with you.
That spell is far too entertaining. Huh. Oh my word, is Zos actually unconscious?
Long day.
Oh,
She,
poor baby.
Fell from the roof and hit her head. pretty hard.
All right, anything else with your turn?
Nope, that's it.
Fair enough. I guess that is now Nia's turn. Zos, if you're with us. If not,
Zos!
Nia, Zos,
Zos!
Zos, come back to us.
He fell asleep.
I'm so sorry. Hi.
Hi.
It's
Nia's
okay,
making
baby.
death saves. We killed her.
Don't
That's
believe it.
awful.
You're raging.
I mean, I would deserve it. I fell asleep. No, but I had it planned out. She's gonna go down here, which is all of her walking feet, and she's raging, so she mad, and try and hit him, which I don't think.
that one
Hang
wouldn't
on.
quite hit.
Okay, so she misses that. How many attacks do I get? Do I get 2?
I don't know. Does a barbarian get?
Barbarian level
Not
four.
at 4th level.
I
Not
don't
at
think
4,
so. I think I only
it's
get 1.
5.
Yeah, I think it's 5.
So there is a mighty swing that cuts the air right next to the guard. And the guard looks concerned, but has fortunately avoided being killed at this point.
All swing and no ding.
Anything else that you would like to do with your turn?
I would like to scream in his face and just try and intimidate him, throw him off his game, just like a warrior cry, just like ah.
And what's interesting is this, the guard has, potentially lost some of his humanity, where he's this creature of this substance, and he doesn't react quite as much as you'd like. But there is a moment of lurching back, just the loudness and the presence. But you get that he doesn't fully understand that he's been screamed at. Anything else
Okay.
you'd like to do with your turn?
No.
All right. At this point, we're moving on. The cello breathed in the what was it? The periwinkle.
Periwinkle, yeah.
The periwinkle glow, and it's sort of it looks it's you feel that it's sort of like gauging the battlefield here as it sees Rex sort of going up here and launching all kinds of nunchucks and kicks against one of its guards. So it's going to use an ability here. Let's see how this goes through.
Uh-oh.
Can I use my reaction to make a request?
To make a request, yeah?
Yeah, just Beethoven's Seventh Symphony.
Let's see if we can.
Okay, so is that an attack that it made against me, or do I have to
I
still
think
roll
this
the...
thing is a. Let me see.
Oh my god, the brown note.
It looks like you have to do a DC 10 or
Okay.
suffer damage and be poisoned.
Okay. DC 10, you say? That's Constitution, right? Okay. Oh boy, saving throw. Here we go. Oh!
Oh!
Now nobody wants around us with you wearing those pants.
Yeah, those.
All right.
Yes.
So I'm poisoned.
Yeah, I guess you would take 8 psychic damage here as the cello sort of the bow raises up and does this like horrific note that hits such a strange decibel directed at you that it's you feel it from head to toe, and there's definitely like this sense of discomfort throughout your body where it's almost like rattled your organs, and until the beginning of the cello's next turn you are effectively poisoned.
You hear Nia's barbarian call as he grips his head. Ah!
Oh no.
Nice. At this point, cello's done. It's the turn of all the guards here. So the guards are going to try to make their various actions. This guard right here is right next to Nia, so it's going to swing at her. And the guard is going to try to. It basically, it no longer has human hands. It has these like this black substance, these big like kind of paws that it just lurches out and tries to slam her with one of these. And with that hit, Seth?
What is it? It didn't load. Yes.
All right.
It would.
So it looks like that would do 8 damage.
Okay.
Ouch.
Okay, it's alright. Pretty
That's
decent.
halved. That's halved. You're raging.
Yeah, you're raging. It's halved. Yeah.
Oh, so you take half.
Yep.
So yeah, even though this thing really like with this force it like slams at you, you practically shrug it off. It's gonna take way more than this to bother you.
Yes.
This guard's gonna rush in and attack Rex because he's right there, and the guard is going to go ahead and try to do its slam attack as well. With a 19 hit. Wow. Oh,
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
Okay, 19's gonna hit. It would do potentially 5 damage unless you have anything to mitigate it.
Nope. Taking all 5.
Cool. These guards are going to kind of assemble as if to like sort of try to form like a bodily defense around the cello. And it's going to go try to kind of back up and protect Radnar. And at this point, we are back to Diggs.
Hey, thanks, Karazhan, for following. We appreciate that. Thanks for the follow. We appreciate you joining.
Yeah. Glad to have
joining
you
us.
with us.
Yeah, glad to have you.
Dankeschön.
All right, we are back to Diggs.
All right, I'm
Or
gonna go
Chloe.
full.
I guess we're both. You're here, so it's Diggs.
All right, I'm gonna go full wanted on this guard and curve the bullet and throw a boomerang at
Straight up throw a boomerang at which one?
if I can ever get it. That
Cool.
one. Pulls into his khaki shorts again and just tosses a big curved stick at this metal boy.
Okay, that definitely hits. Oh,
Nice.
And it kicks 6 damage off of him. So it definitely, adds some pain to this thing. It makes this loud like ding as it hits the helmet and like rattles him, and he's getting down there. Anything else?
And yeah, I'm gonna be moving down 30 feet just towards the center of the room.
Okay. Do you have access to the? Oh yeah.
I can't click it. Never mind. Next turn, I'll get there.
You're on
Okay.
the ruler.
Got it. And Alistair's coming with me.
Awesome. Anything else before we move on to
Nope.
Chloe?
That's it.
All right, Chloe, your turn.
All right. For my action, I am also gonna do a chaos bolt at Raynar.
Okay.
Come on, do me proud.
Oh my god. Chaotic party.
We are though.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I guess.
Oh, it's advantage!
It's advantage, yeah.
Is it?
Fairy fire.
Fairy fire,
Fairy
yeah.
Oh, these crits, man! These crits!
It's getting insane in here.
Gee whiz.
Jeez,
All right, so that's force damage. Yep, force damage for her. That's all force
Force
damage.
damage. All right. As this bolt of force it picks her up off the ground, like lurches her in the air, and she thunk, falls to the ground, out.
Yeah! Now my weasel is gonna go touch the pink one.
He's gonna go touch the what?
The pink one, the pink gem.
The pink gem. Alrighty. Let me here and get the pink one. Oh wow, that's just sent it your way.
All right.
And again, what you guys see is that this pink gem glows for a brief moment before it fades, and then the other eye of the weasel turns pink. So this weasel now has what? One blue eye and one pink eye.
Yep.
And these eyes are shining with a otherworldly brilliance.
Nice. Yep, and then I'm gonna go over and he can scamper up onto my shoulder again.
Okay.
And that's it for now.
Cool. We're up to Zykus.
All right, I'm gonna run over to here and do the same thing. Pull out an arrow, point it at the guard that's been damaged, and have advantage on, and shoot at him.
Ouch.
That definitely hits.
Yeah.
And that's 11 piercing damage.
Yes, sir.
Wow, that's
Plus the 7 for his ability, right?
Yep.
oh, that's 18. Gee. Wow, this guy. Oh yeah, that guard would go down. That's yeah. Is that arrow with its planar warrior energy just sort of it hits right between the where the eyes were under this visored salad helm, and with a heavy thud and a clatter of armor, the guard just thunk, falls down right beside Radnar. That her and her bodyguard have been laid to final rest.
Perfect. And that's the end of my turn.
Okay. Radnar is out. I guess I can delete her from that. We're up to Rex.
All right, Rex is going to. He's looking kind of sickly right now, but he's taking his nunchucks and he's spinning them around. And he's just going to try to hit this guard in front of him. I guess that would be disadvantage with the poisoned.
Oh yeah,
condition.
that's true.
So he's going to try to strike him with his nunchucks with an 8.
Unfortunately, the 8's not quite gonna do it.
And then he's going to try to do something. He's going to try to do one of those as our Australian friends call it, football. The bicycle kick, the backflip bicycle kick as his unarmed strike. Obviously with disadvantage. 12.
You are
Unfortunately,
fire.
wait, let me double check. Actually, yeah, the 12 would thud off the armor. It would hit the armor, but not be able to actually, penetrate it to land a significant bruise.
And in just Teyashi's voice, you just hear, fair enough. And that ends Rex's turn.
All right. Speaking of Teoshi, he's up.
Oh, okay. Does Tyoshi see that Rex seems to be having a little bit of trouble?
Yeah.
Okay, so Tyoshi is going to come running up, use full movement to get right over here behind them.
Okay.
And using an action, rip another patch off the front of the robe and slam it on the ground right in the middle of this 10-foot block.
Okay.
And create a 10-foot wide pit underneath those two guards.
Nice.
So that Nia and Rex are on the ledge and these things fall 10 feet down.
How 10 feet?
Yeah, it's well, actually, see exactly what it says. Yeah, a cube 10 feet on each side.
Okay, so they would take, I guess, 1d6 damage each.
Yep.
I think if they're falling 10 feet. Do you want to go ahead and roll that?
Sure. It's a 10-foot cube, so it's right there specifically, so they fall and they're good. So it's
a thing to say that they are fallen.
You want me to roll separately or just once for both?
Let's do one roll.
Okay, so they each take 3 damage as they fall to the ground, 10 feet down.
All right, we'll say they're fallen here, and yeah, they take 3 damage. Nice. So yeah, it's like they scramble like thunk, with a bit of a clatter of armor. Fine.
Enjoy your evening down there. Does anyone have any wine?
Anything else on Teoshi's turn?
Nope.
Alrighty, Nia's back up.
Hello. So, coming back with a vengeance for the last time that he embarrassed me and I couldn't hit him.
That definitely hits.
Gracias. And then I think I add a bonus
+2
because I'm
or
raging.
3.
What?
+2.
So it's a 9 total.
Yeah, nice.
This soldier is hanging on by a thread. Your axe cleaves right through the armor, and the armor, like, straight up it melts like butter, and the axe lodges in this thing's strange body that's been corrupted by this substance, and it's, like, bubbling out. This thing is in horrible shape, but barely standing right now.
Can I, like, bite him as a bonus action?
I don't know if that's
Is that a thing?
Just a little taste
thing.
of flesh.
I want to rip his face off. Rah! No, it's okay.
Cool. Anything else on your turn, then?
No.
Alrighty.
I'm just gonna swing in.
This point, Cello's back up. With the Cello having its turn begin, Rex loses his poison. You feel your body feels cleansed again. Everything's okay. You're feeling a lot better. So there is that. That's
Does anyone have any wine?
And let me double check something real quick here. 10 foot. Okay, 10-foot radius. This is good. Right in the middle of Rex, Nia, and Teoshi, the Cello is going to. It's sort of the bow comes out and it sort of does a flourish as it does this massive like screech across the strings. And what it's going to cast here is where is it? Shatter.
Oh man.
I think you guys get any kind of save on this one.
Gee whiz.
Am I allowed to-
Constitution saving throw to half the damage against
Oh,
a
okay.
DC.
Where is the
I
cat?
don't-
Is it to everybody or?
It would be to the three of you in this sort of 10-foot radius, 20-foot diameter,
Oh boy.
centered around hereabouts. Oh god, and I think he actually probably hits the
It would hit the two guards in the 10-foot
Yeah.
hole.
he would hit the guards as well. So the guards will get to roll, and I think
What saving throw is it?
here is going to be a 14.
What was the saving throw again?
It's a
Constitution?
Constitution saving throw against DC 14.
Dang. Ah, man.
Aren't you inspired?
Oh.
I don't think it would work.
I am inspired. I don't think. Can I use it on a saving throw?
You can, but I don't think that would work even if you roll a 6.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Nope. Yep. I would fail.
Con. It hits. So let's see. Toshi, you half it. You're able to withstand. You see it coming, and you're able to withstand it. I guess Rex and the two guards take the full-on damage. Nia,
Is that full on 22 then?
that is full-on 22.
Rex is down.
Oh, okay.
Oh no! You really have. What's your hit points?
It's only 33 max.
I was
Zos, can I get a
21
saving
max. I
throw
didn't
against
save, I was
DC 14
down.
con?
What, you're down
I
too?
have-
No, I saved,
Oh, okay.
but I only had 21. If I hadn't, I would have been down.
What's the save?
Con.
Constitution. Okay.
That would also, I guess, yeah, with being below 14, you would also take the full. So the
But I'm
Only-
raging.
Teosh. Oh yeah, I guess raging would, right?
It's-
Bludgeoning,
It's
piercing,
half.
slashing.
Oh,
Yeah.
then this
But
is.
she's bear totem. What is it? Is it psychic
Oh
damage?
yeah. Yeah, that's it. Then you're good.
You
Yeah.
know,
What is the
shatter is
damage?
thunder.
This is
What kind
so
of
it
damage?
halves it.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
So let me
You
see
take 11
here.
damage, Nia.
11.
Okay.
I
So
love bear totem.
Okay.
Yeah, bear totem. You're fine.
11.
Cello finishes its turn. The guards are going to continue to enforce around the cello to make sure that it can't, that it's in people's way. And I think we're back to Diggs.
Alrighty. Again, into my very big, oversized khaki pockets that cover my horrendously thin legs. Pull out a boomerang, and I'm just gonna wave my hand over it, and the boomerang just gets covered in this ice-like substance. And I am going to cast Magic Boomerang. Wait, no, not that. Ice Boomerang.
Ooh.
Against who?
Against this young fella.
Okay. That would definitely hit.
So let me just click on the spell. There you go.
Like a ranged spell attack and hit takes 1d10, then it explodes, hits everything within 5 feet. Jeez. So yeah, the first hit definitely hits. This guard would go down by a certain amount of health.
So this
What's
one here will
everything
go
else
down
take?
by
That 2d6?
7 force damage,
Dex
and
check.
everything else will take 2d6 if they fail a dex saving throw. Failed.
Do they all fail?
And that one, the last one, doesn't fail.
Nice. So the cello only takes half.
The cello doesn't take any of the cold damage.
Oh, and nothing? Cool. And the others take 2d6 cold. So what's that going to look like? 8. Awesome. So they are definitely feeling it. The guards feel like they've protected their.
And I'm going to send Alistair into this big blue round area. I want to see what happens.
Okay. You feel kind of cut off almost from Alistair as he moves into that area. That whatever magical link keeps you two together has been severed.
All right. Interesting.
Anything else on your turn?
Nope, that's it.
All right, we're up to Chloe.
All right. I'm gonna do a healing word on 2nd level as bonus action on Rex. Oh!
Oh, yes.
And what's the
So that's 9.
9 points.
nice?
Yay. 9.
So Rex, where that shock of thunder had knocked you straight out, you feel a rush of energy and passion back into your lungs and your body. You know, ready to fight.
As my action, I'm gonna. Yeah. I'm gonna turn around. And Vicious Mockery.
Vicious mockery.
This guy.
That guy, okay? How's that one gonna work?
I call him a dumb, stupid head.
Nice heckle.
Oh. I guess he makes his save?
Yeah, he's fine.
Okay. Does he take any damage or
Let me double check.
Nah. If they save, they don't.
Yeah, I don't think they.
Okay.
It's a save or suck spell.
Yeah.
So this corrupted
Yeah.
guard kind of just looks at you stupidly, like he doesn't even understand how badly you've mocked him and insulted him. That's his own ignorance has saved him.
Okay. Can the weasel try the blue eye? I don't know if the
blue
weasel.
eye.
Yeah.
Yes, it can. On who? What?
The cello.
On the cello. Interesting. Okay. Let me make sure I'm doing this right.
I don't know, MX Slip. I think that possibly the weasel could get the how do you want to do this tonight. MX is calling it. The Diggs is going to get the final blow.
The cello
I
roll.
appreciate the faith.
Wow.
And so basically, yeah, this thing that is wreathed in this periwinkle energy, all of a sudden, you know, the weasel, this bolt lances out from its eye and washes over the cello, and it's almost like it becomes like buoyant in the air. And what's it gonna do?
Oh, where am I gonna send it? 30 feet, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm gonna send it into here.
Interesting. So yeah, the cello gets sent over into this area where the ground is sort of wavering and unusual, and there's definitely like the fairy fire fades away
Oh.
on this thing. The cello
Can
itself.
we still see it? Like if that thing when because I was under the impression it's like a dark void, like we can't see into it.
No, it's just the ground is sort of rippling, and it's otherwise.
Okay, then never mind. I thought I was throwing it into a.
Oh, okay.
Can I retcon that?
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay, because I thought it was like another portal.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Then I'm gonna throw it against the wall. This way.
Throw it against the wall. Okay.
Yep, this way.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Telekinesis. It's mood. It's, I guess, let's call that like 1d6. Like it's kind of almost like a
Kind of hold
better
it against the
improvised
wall.
attack.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. 1d6 bludgeoning.
6, sure. Oh,
No.
well, it's a weasel, so.
Yeah, so it, at the last moment it kind of slips a little bit, but it does the cello, this beautiful piece of wood, it hits the wall and gets a dent in it, and it's a shame, but it's also necessary.
Mahogany. That was mahogany.
Anything else with your turn?
I'm going to go back again. I have 10 feet.
Alrighty. And then we're up to Zekis.
I'm going to run up over to here.
Ooh.
As I'm running, pull out an arrow, Same deal, pointing it at the cello this time though, and
Okay.
firing.
You're firing, and that hits. And that'll do some damage. Yeah, so this cello, an arrow flies through the air, sinks into the soft wood, definitely damages it. There's visible scarring on the material of the wood there, and it's this piece of art is further being ruined.
And can I reach out and touch the black crystal?
Yeah, from where you are, you could absolutely reach the black crystal, which I'm about to give you here. Get a load of that.
Okay.
So the next action that you have, yeah, that's that.
Well, I'm
Use
done.
it on the Australian.
Alrighty. We're up to Rex.
All right.
Rex has renewed vigor in his veins.
I'm going to go ahead and spend one of my key points to use, I believe it is Step of the Wind, which is going to allow me to take the dash action as a bonus action. And my jump is doubled.
Okay.
So I'm going to I'm just going to... And you know what I'm also going to do? I'm going to tap my boots together. And I'm going to fly, avoiding any attacks from these guards.
Okay. Who says Kenku can't fly?
That's why I got him. I wanted to be able to fly. If I'm going to be a bird, I'm going to fly. So, first of all, I had to spend the 15 movement to half my movement to stand up. But the dash action should get me over to here as I land. And I'm actually, as he's coming down, he's going to be spinning the nunchucks and just slam down onto the cello with advantage.
That's a move right there.
Yeah. From the intro, you know, when he comes before the it comes right down through. So I'm going to go ahead and use the nunchucks with advantage for fairy fire.
Okay, and that'll hit because of the advantage.
And then I will go ahead and roll 6 bludgeoning damage.
Nice.
And then in Chloe's voice, it's a big gem. And he's going to use, hopefully this is a free action, reach out and touch the brown crystal next to him.
Sure is. Let me give you a brown crystal here. Rex. Done. And we will get these out of here.
And that will end Rex's turn.
Cool. So with Rex's turn over, we are back to Teoshi.
Okay. So,
where did you send that information to?
I put it in the journal.
Gotcha. Thank you.
You brown eye.
Teoshi had been reaching up to grab a patch, but seeing that Rex has just run off, just turns and looks for a second, shakes his head, and is going to start moving forward. Now, how broad are these guards?
They're about the size of a normal, strong human. So maybe each one is, I don't know. There's somewhere between me and you in terms of shoulder width.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to say I'm probably almost about 2 feet across shoulder-wise.
Yeah, I'm like a foot and a half, maybe.
So I'm going to ask, before I do so, I'm going to ask if it's plausible. Would the guards be considered standing upright a vertical surface?
I mean, there's a surface to their body, and it is vertical.
So Joshi's going to use Summer's running up as an action, pull a patch off of this, reach out and find whatever patch of his body he can find on this thing, slam a patch on this thing to open a window clear through to the other side.
Oh,
Crazy!
You're putting a window on a guard.
Literally trying to create an opening which is 2 feet wide. If their body's about 2 feet, I'm hoping it'll just sort of like.
Let's say that,
And-
I guess I imagine these guards probably get an opportunity to try to dodge out of the way. If a window is beginning to open on them, let's see if they
MG,
if the
MG, welcome to the dungeon master seat, my friend.
yeah, especially with this crowd.
That's what I was going to try to do to make Nia lighter.
We're opening a window on a guard. I wonder what the DC on this thing would. I think DC is probably greater than 10. I mean, this is a magical item meant to make windows. Yeah, I think essentially. So, the guard is standing there. Which one is it that you're doing this to?
The one right in front of me. This guy right here.
Right here. I think we would probably say that. His body opens up.
It's literally it's just a 2 foot by 2 foot hole
2 foot by 2 foot
clear
hole.
through to the other side.
And, and I mean, where his heart and lungs and intestines and stomach and liver and everything would have been, there is nothing.
So
And the guard, I think, just collapses.
I leave that up to the DM.
He has
Yeah, I think
no
that's
internal organs anymore,
Makes-
buddy. Like,
Makes sense.
Seems legit.
Seems legit. A guard with a
Yeah.
window.
That guard.
and you're
now
gonna
has a
do this to our
window-
barbarian.
Wow, that's
You're
dark.
insane.
For anyone watching, it's one of the most horrifying things you've ever seen in your life, probably.
I hadn't quite thought the part through about the no internal organs. I gotta admit that. But
That's all
hey,
good.
for the people who are playing with right now, y'all knew I was crazy before. I don't know why you sound surprised.
This is the guy that revived someo's father or grandfather as a zombie.
No, you crazy for doing it for wanting to do it on a party member. Like, test it out on an enemy first.
Well, now I did. Now I know it's
Yeah,
not
it's
a
a
good
good thing you
idea.
didn't do that to Nia.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh god,
that
yeah.
was, I think, that was 15 feet. So as the window opens before it halls, Joshi's just going to sort of put his hand through and wave at the other 2 guards as this thing's collapsing.
Oh, jeez, that's cold.
And
That's
then,
nice,
That's
man.
so creepy.
and then use the rest of his movement to continue heading on south, looking with focus towards the red crystal.
Toward the red crystal. Got it. Alrighty. Next up, Nia.
Hello. So, if I were to go across here like that, could I
Yeah.
do that? Or okay, cool.
Absolutely. Yeah, you could step right over that body. You will stomp it. There's nothing in your way.
Is that 10-foot
Crush it.
pit still there?
That's a 10-foot pit.
Oh, good point. You'd have to skirt around the pit, I guess. You'd have
Okay.
to step into this thing.
Then in that case, I calculated this,
Unless
and
you wanna
it
try to
would
jump it.
absolutely not. I would get about right here if I went all the way around here. That's like 25, 30, I think is right there. I calculated it before. I know that that is at least 25.
That's
And from that distance, I will throw a javelin. Ooh, also, wait, no, that's not melee attack. Never mind. I'm just going to throw my javelin at them. Does a 16 hit?
That hits.
God.
That hits for sure.
4 damage.
Alrighty. Nice.
4.
Definitely.
plus,
the javelin-
you're still raging, so +2, right? Does it count for a javelin attack?
Yeah, it should.
Oh, I think melee attack.
Oh, it's
Let
only
me see
melee.
here.
Okay.
When you make a melee attack using strength, you gain a bonus to the damage roll that increases you as you gain. Yeah, it's melee attacks.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay.
No, it-
So the javelin plunges into this thing's thigh, and he does like the Ace Ventura, the ah, ah, ah. You've
And
certainly
that's
damaged the guard.
And
Anything
that
else on your turn?
completes my turn.
Okay. We're back to the cello again. The cello, which is being attacked by Rex. I think the cello is going to go ahead and use its disengage action to move away from Rex. Go 5, 10, 15, 20. It's going to go to this this crystal here. It's the cello is going to like the bow of it literally comes out and touches the gem, and while the cello doesn't have eyes like you guys do that can start to glow, you know how it has those little curves in like the wood? One of those curves turns this brilliant glowing yellow as this thing has taken on some of the powers there. And then it's going to go ahead and end its turn.
It can move?
Oh, wait, you have a good point.
It's restrained.
It is over here telekinesis, right?
Yep.
Oh
So
boy.
it can't do crap. I think it's
How long how long does telekinesis last? No.
Yeah.
I don't know. Ask the weasel.
Let's take a look at something here. Let's
That's a good point.
It's yeah, because the weasel is right.
Until the start of my next turn. So it can't move until the start of the weasel's next turn.
Hey,
And the
good night,
weasel is
Stumpy. Thanks for stopping by, man. Thanks
Later,
for
Stumpy.
Thanks for joining us, man.
Let's see. Checking something real quick. Oh, dang! Yeah, this thing's in rough shape. The cello is it sees Zykus having stolen the black crystal there, and it's gonna try to send a brown note.
Send a brown note to Zykus.
Yep. Let's see. So you'd have to. Oh yeah, this would be a Constitution saving throw DC 10. Oh. Okay. So yeah, despite this thing, it's attempted. You've seen crazier things in your travels throughout the plains, and this doesn't shake you. So that would be the end of the cello's turn. We're moving up to the guards here. The guards see Teoshi moving down toward the thing there, and they're going to try to put a stop to this. One of the guards is going to run up to you, and it's going to make its slam attack.
This is gonna hurt. That'll hit.
Okay, and I guess it would do 9 damage.
Nope, that's a 9 to hit.
Oh, that was the 9 to hit, and the 9 doesn't hit then, right?
Yeah, it does.
A 9 hits you?
Wait, what's your armor class? No,
My armor class is a 9.
Oh, wow.
How?
Wow.
But your armor class is 10 plus your dex mod, right?
Oh, so it would do 6 damage.
Oh, okay.
As the other one then runs down and tries to gang up on you.
Uh-oh.
That'll miss.
Yeah.
That's
So it's
insane.
like a battle of who can be slower as this thing thunk, and you sort of like ease out of the way. It's, cool. Back up to Diggs.
I think we lost Diggs.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, we did.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't
Move
see
on
him
to
in
Chloe.
Discord, or
Yeah, Discord is showing offline.
Yeah,
he might be having some internet issues.
some internet issues. So, Christy, I think you're up.
Okay. I think I am going to. How rough does the cello look?
He's only taken a certain amount of damage. Still got a bit of life in it. The wood is still pretty good quality.
Okay. I'm gonna shoot it.
Okay.
Chaos boat. Chaos boat. Second level.
Definitely hits. You got 2 8s. that means some kind of
nice.
shenanigans take place, right?
Which means in 30 feet, it's gonna go to this one.
Okay.
And that's 18 damage to the cello, too.
Oh my gosh.
Does a 13 hit?
13 hit.
This one?
Not on the guard. I guess the bolt would sort of dance around its armor and not quite sink
Okay.
in.
That's fine.
But the
Nice
cello
shot.
is looking horrific. What kind of damage was that hit the cello?
Be thunder?
Thunder damage, yeah. So it
And it was
Nice.
supposed to be at second level, but it didn't cast at second level for some reason.
interesting.
Okay,
that
well
gonna do
I'll just roll an extra d6.
Okay.
Usually it gives me the option to roll, but it didn't.
Wow.
Next-
Ooh.
So the force of the thunder almost explodes, like, right up against this hollowed wooden instrument. The wood warps. This thing is in awful shape. One of the strings goes ding, sort of like, flies off on its own. So this cello is on its last legs as the string, the bow, sort of, it screeches back and forth across the strings. And it's almost with its sound waves. It mimics a human almost voice in the common tongue as it says, "You don't know what you're doing!" And then it's barely limping along with a little bit of, quality left in it. Its energy is crackling.
The weasel's gonna try and touch the yellow one.
The,
I don't know what's
the
gonna-
weasel's touching the yellow one.
Yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen, but yep.
Okay. This weasel with each eye is glowing with a different bit of energy, right? As
Yep.
it touches this yellow one?
Yep.
And you don't have a connection to the weasel, right? It's like its own animal
It
doing its own
listens to
thing.
me. It's only like bound by magic to listen to my commands.
Sure. Then I guess the weasel, when it touches this thing, there's a pause. Suddenly, you see the weasel's face contort in pain. Something seems not right at all, and
Okay.
there's a line on its forehead that starts bleeding
Oh no!
as like a single drop of blood kind of pours down its muzzle, and its forehead opens up to a new eye, and it's going to take 2d6 psychic damage.
Oh, it's done! It's done! It's done! It's got 1 hit point!
Oh, okay.
That was amazing.
Yeah, the weasel is unfortunately.
No, the weasel poofs and it's gone. Like there's no body. It just disappears.
Okay, it just unsummons, and I guess the two crystals. It had what colors did it have?
Blue and pink.
Okay, so I guess these crystals sort of return to their
Interesting.
their color now that their energy has been freed.
Okay. Put him over there.
Cool. Anything else on your turn?
No.
We're back to Zykus.
How
Right.
does this cello look like really weak?
Oh yeah, it is. It's on its last legs. It has a sliver of. In fact, am I showing you guys the life bar here? I think I am. But yeah, this cello is. It's the wood is warped. A string is snapped. It's like waving up and down as it tries to stay in its own accord. Now that its weasel is gone, it feels like it has a little more room to maneuver, but it's not doing much for it.
I'm gonna pull out my short swords and I'm just gonna attack it twice.
It's gonna straight up stab it. That hits.
I think it's still fairy fired as well.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
So these are advantage.
So both of those. Wow. Yeah. How do you want to do this on the cello?
There we go.
I just want to chop basically the string part of it. Just chop it completely straight off.
5 ding, as all the strings break.
And then I am going to move over this way. And that's going to end my turn.
Hey, Johnny Boy 1771, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it.
Johnny. All right. Anything else with your
Yeah,
turn?
Johnny.
No, that's it for my turn.
Fair enough.
Thank
so
you,
as
thanks
the
for the
cello-
bits.
Yeah, thank you for the cheer.
basically, where am I going? I'm not able to get my... Oh, this is weird. I gotta move it real quick to get to the browser's messing up. Yeah, so as the cello... at this point, the two remaining guards, they seem to lose whatever like vigor they had in them, and they almost like turn off. Like the helmets fall slack, the limbs fall slack, and it's like they're almost like broken toys as they just come to a complete stop. And with this, I would say that we're pretty much out of combat unless anyone wants to do anything in particular in the fairly safe battlefield.
Nope.
Nope.
All right.
Can I identify the this purple one?
Oh, the purple one that you're down there. Yeah. Do you have some kind of way to identify it? What are you?
Yeah, I have the spell.
Okay. You choose one
That's
object,
much
must touch. If it's a magic item, it's a magic. How many charges? Whether any spells, what they are. Absolutely. So this one is the violet eye. This gem seems to be charged with a beholder's enervation ray. A ray that would basically deal a pretty brutal amount of necrotic damage to something that was hit by it. And it's literally the essence of a beholder's enervation ray sort of trapped within some kind of crystal.
So they literally are beholder eyes.
It's almost as if, someone has like shattered a beholder's power and put it into different crystals.
Great. Fuck it, I'm gonna touch it. I'm gonna touch this one.
All right, and it would the same sort of thing applies where it, your eye turns this brilliant violet color as you now have the ability to shoot an enervation ray from your eye as if you were a beholder.
Hey, Derek, chill touch. Let's go.
Oh God.
Tayoshi's gonna touch the red one that he was heading towards.
All right, so you get, take a gander here at what this. I just put it in your journal. What you?
It's immediately upon that realization coming to him, he's going to turn around and use it on one of the two motionless guards.
Okay, so Tayoshi turns around. He's got this, glorious crimson eye that shoots a beam out. These guards are no longer really living things; they're essentially objects. And the one that takes the hit completely disintegrates. Just turns into a pile of ashen dust on the ground.
Oh, wow. Well, I don't think we should gift these crystals to the blue dragonborn.
No, I think I shall hold on to this one. And pulls a patch off and takes it in his hand. All of a sudden, 4 healing potions appear. Rex, in case you're in need of one, and I'll throw one over to Rex. And
in your own voice. Fair enough.
you're just gonna pop and start pounding.
Rex curiously looks at the gem that he already touched. So it's basically the brown energy just dissipated. And it's just a gray crystal. It was basically sitting there. Is that what it is, MG?
Well, the crystal itself, the brown energy went into your eye, and you now have an eye that is glowing with this fierce brown energy.
Okay, Rex just kind of tilts his head at the crystal. He's gonna pick up the crystal. Can I just like pick it up?
Totally, yeah. It's a bit heavy, but you are able to lift it. You're a fit.
And he's going to kind of stumble over and curiously look at this blue area, and then he's going to just toss the gem inside the blue area in the center. See what happens or if anything happens.
The gem just sort of clatters onto the ground there. It flawed or damaged by the toss, and it seems to not be reacting within this dead crystal that has no glow to it. Doesn't seem to be reacting in that field.
Okay, so Rex is gonna slowly just walk into the blue area and just start to kind of push the gem back out of the blue area and just kind of rolling it across the floor.
Your boots, the tingle that comes with your boots, turns off as you're standing in there, pushing the crystal around.
Okay.
And your eye turns temporarily normal.
Fair enough. And he rolls the gem back out of the...
Did Tyoshi see what happened to the weasel when it touched the third crystal?
I mean, Christy, was the weasel being sneaky, or was it being pretty obvious about...
I mean, it was pretty obviously just touching all the crystals.
Yeah, I think, it wouldn't be unreasonable.
You saw him, leaving my shoulder, scampering to the crystal, and then running back on my shoulder with glowing eyes.
Josie's going to look over at Chloe staying beside him. Take a step over.
Yoshi.
And touch the orange crystal. No!
Oh my gosh. Now, how many do you have right now?
I have 2 right now.
Oh.
I have green and red at the moment.
All right. So similarly, at first, you touch the crystal, you feel its energy pass into you. But while the other 2 found their way to an eye, and it felt right, you felt more powerful. This one, you feel it rattling around in your head as it tries to find a place to go. Similarly, this single sliver appears on your forehead. Blood drips down your nose as a new eyeball pops out of your forehead, a golden eyeball. You now have 3, but you will take 2d6 psychic damage as this piercing headache.
I'm much like Rex.
Look at that. 2
much
ones.
Like Rex, always really? Really?
And it's a persistent headache that will not go away. As you've taken an initial damage, and you suspect that this is going to continue to be excruciating while your mortal body tries to handle these 3 eyes.
This is a fascinating... She's going to spend the next few minutes rubbing his temples, but also trying to get his normal eyes to look one way and the third to look a different.
Rex, are you okay?
He kind of looks at you and just kind of tilts his head sideways and looks at everything and looks down at the gem that he's been rolling around on the floor. And in your voice responds, "It's a big gem." And then he picks it up and he walks over to you and he holds it out, and in the voice of that lady, what was it, Lady Ragnar or something
Lady
like
Ragnar?
that? Yeah, he hands it out and says, "We'd like to present you with a gift."
Wow. With that,
I take it and my slow turn to the sun. I guess, why?
So here in this vast chamber, the Elder's cello lies a dead, crumpled pile of wood. Lady Radnar is slain, and the corrupted guards have been neutralized. The city of Watershallow is safe for now. But what of our party and their newfound powers? Will they use them for good?
No.
Looking over at Teoshi, or evil. With that, the end of
was that the end of the birthday bash, MG?
I reckon, unless there's anything we're missing, that is the end of the birthday bash. And
in Tiyoshi's voice, you just hear, "Does anyone have any wine?"
I could definitely use some myself.
I have some berries, if that's what you want.
Yes.
We call that Chewy.
God damn it.
Awesome job, MG. That was amazing, dude.
Before we go, I do want to say, I think we all want to wish you, Michael, a happy birthday.
Yes.
Oh,
thank you for being our humble and merciful DM.
Here's to
1 year down, and
Oh yeah, no. I guess this would be a good opportunity to let you guys know that the last week of July we're going to be doing like a whole week long, like 1 year with proficiency bonus celebration.
Oh.
So
Oh, yeah.
we're gonna be doing a giveaway on Monday night for Tomb of Annihilation that week, and we're gonna be doing a giveaway on Friday night with Storm King's Thunder that week. So we're gonna celebrate big because at the end of July was where we started this whole journey together. So
Yeah.
we're gonna celebrate big. So it's gonna be awesome. So make sure you guys are sticking around. Hey Jeb, thank you for joining us too, and Kepler, thank you so much.
We are literally on Friday night stream. We are 1 day off of 1 year.
Wow.
Session 1 last year.
Wow.
Oh, that's exciting.
awesome.
That's 1 year. It flew by.
I know it did.
Yeah.
It went by fast. So yeah, we're going to be celebrating 1 year as an official stream. So if you haven't gotten a chance to follow us yet, make sure you click that follow button above. Subscribe if you wish to do that. Make sure you visit us on YouTube. That's where we upload all these episodes, so you can check back and watch them again or watch previous episodes to get you caught up. Anything else that we need to say? I know we insight check. Thank you, Derek, and insight check. We appreciate you being here, man. I was so excited that you could be a part of this.
Yeah,
Thanks for staying late.
We still got to collect the rest of you.
I know. One by one.
Yep.
Stumpy in chat.
For those of you that don't know, Derek and Christy are in Insight Check, so make sure you check them out tomorrow night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. They'll be on Insight Check, so go ahead and give that channel a follow. And don't forget on Monday nights, Matthew is our DM for Tomb of Annihilation, so make sure you come and check that out. And I'm gonna let Oh, and a special congratulations to MX Lip 90 for winning our giveaway tonight. So,
Yay, Philip.
so we're going to be sending you your winnings, your More Than Canaan's Tomb of Foes and dice set pretty soon. So be ready for those to come in a couple of weeks. And with that, I think I'm going to give MG the closing comments for the night. Don't forget, next week we dive back into Storm King's Thunder, and we are right at the point of... Man, the party has we're probably going to see the face-off of our party against the sorcerer Usith.
Oh.
I mean, face off, this is training.
There you go.
Officer for spells. You're here for a fight.
So we will see what happens. So make sure you guys tune in next Friday for that, 8 p.m. Eastern. So I'm going to give it off to MG to do the closing remarks for tonight, since he was an incredible dungeon master tonight. So thank you once again. All applause to you, MG, for a great one shot.
Honor and a pleasure getting to borrow the chair for a night.
I guess. Hey, you'll be borrowing it again, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good game, everybody. Thanks for watching. And remember, when it's your birthday and you decide to spend a night in the player's chair and let your rogue run a session, and you're out there sending all kinds of mouth kicks all over the place, don't forget to apply your proficiency bonus.
Yeah.
Awesome, guys. Have a good night, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.
Have a good night.
Love you. Bye.